Yes or no?
He's already starting to be annoying. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's Sunday. We're here on Pantelis Live. Remember, in case you forgot, the Halloween Spook Fest on Patreon is ongoing all this month. We just watched the first Nightmare on Elm Street this past Friday. We had Sparrow as a special guest on the stream. It was a lot of fun. Poseidon was with me. Patreon.com/Pantelis. We're giving away a lot of goodies during the Halloween month. Also, don't forget that 2 drink minimum new episodes are available everywhere you get your podcast every Wednesday, but you can watch them live on our YouTube channel before everyone else. Mr. Poseidon, what do you have to say for yourself?
Bonjour, hi.
Oh, that was wacky. That was a jab at SNL last night?
Yeah.
The whole Drake video?
Yeah.
Where is Drake? We're also joined by fan favorite, Guido Grasso.
Hey now!
Hey, Guido.
How are you guys? Nice to be here. Very happy to be here. Hi.
Guido's excited. It's his first break from destroying and rebuilding the restaurant in a while.
You're absolutely right.
Guido, thank
Very
you for
happy to
joining
be
us.
here.
Yes.
Poseidon, I could see it. You're seething. You really want to talk about that Drake thing, so go ahead.
First of all, it wasn't even fucking funny.
Explain to the viewers at home what happened.
They have these 2 reporters, from what I understand. I watched it quick. They have these 2 reporters, and they cut to another woman. That's a segment. They call it a segment, and the segment is
They call it a segment. It's
They
not
call it a segment.
And the whole segment is about Drake, and did you spot Drake in Toronto? And they all have these wacky French accents.
I'm gonna take over for you right now,
please.
just
I'm
because
trying-
it hurts inside. I'm sorry. Basically they're faking what the news is in Canada, and it's basically a fake CBC newscast. And they're like, we're on Drake watch. Have we seen Drake? But even though it's in Toronto, they all have fake French accents, not from Montreal, but from France. But they're still even bad French ones. Like, have you seen
But are
Drake?
they trying to do Canadian accents?
They think they're doing Canadian accents,
like
but it's
in,
not even.
Anchorman 2.
Yeah, but it's not even that. It's just they're so bad at it. It's not a funny sketch. But what they covered, though, was they didn't care about it being funny. They just covered diversity. They wanted everyone represented in the sketch, not caring. They put funny secondary, and it shows.
United Colors Benetton.
Yeah, that's what they pulled.
They cast a perfect casting.
What do they say? Go woke, get broke.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah, a lot of people are like, yo, this is
But
some
was it
horse
funny?
shit.
Like if
No,
we
it wasn't
weren't-
funny.
If we weren't okay.
No, it was, have you seen Drake?
You know who did a good French Canadian accent was Anna Gasteyer.
But it's not. You understand? It's not the Canadian accent that bothers me. It's I don't care if you have a Canadian accent or not. I don't even have the Canadian accent, so you could make a fake one. I don't mind.
No, I mean like the French Canadian accent. I find that even Johnny Depp in the Kevin Smith movie there, where he played the
because
detective,
when they hear
he
French,
didn't do it always as
because it's
good.
different. They practice like let's watch French people speak English, but when they get French people, they get real French people from France. But Quebecois is different, so that's how they fuck it up.
They kind of they mash them together. They don't realize that. I'd say a French Canadian vibe person, like the vibe of a French Canadian and a American, are a lot more the same
Then they would be
than
with
what they believe they are with
100%.
the French.
You're 100%
A
right.
French Canadian hick and an American hick, same guy.
Yeah,
Really?
Absolutely.
you already know this. All right, so we got. Let's see who's in the chat now. We got Marie Renee Flatcats in the chat. Who else? We got Lord Fixie, Gapes, Caroline Dubois, JF Mayer is here, Jess Sorrell, all the way from Australia is here. Trey Coulon, if I
Jess.
mentioned. Trey's here. Seabass, as always.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Yeah, they're already getting antsy with him.
They hate me.
They were happy to see you at first,
For
but
a
then
second, and I was tired.
the second you keep jumping in and
I'm
breaking,
gonna
there he is.
interrupt.
He's doing it again. I'll mute your mic and I'll get him to throw you out. So I'm not above it.
Calmate.
Yeah, calmate, man. Tom Ernst is here. Who else we got? Let's see. SFZ's here. All right, so we got people here. The Dirty Four podcast. That's your friend Claudio Capri is here. Olga's here too.
The dirty four.
Melanie's here. The Dirty Four, yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, that's what they used to call your mother.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
but it rhymed with four.
I can't.
You know what? That was a good one.
Whore.
I missed it.
Whore.
A whore.
Whore. That's what it was. It was a good
Tomatoes
one.
a whore.
Yeah.
So these curtains came out great.
Right. What did you? So remember when you came here and I was trying to explain to you what's
Yeah.
left? It was hard to visualize until you see it, right?
Fantastic.
And
what
they-
a beautiful studio.
And they're only closed when we're doing, so we can open them whenever we want, get some sunlight in, chill here.
No, they're perfection.
Yeah. And
These are yeah.
And
Like Johnny Carson behind Johnny Carson.
Exactly.
Perfect.
And you know what the pièce de résistance is going to be? Is coming this week to do it. You see right on top of me and right on top of you, curtains on the ceiling. They're going to dip down, but you won't. But you can't see them on camera.
Like the NHL.
Like the banners.
The banners.
Yeah. And it's going to just get rid of that echo, the bounce from on top, and then it'll be perfect in here.
It'll be.
Fucking you tell him up outside. And because you've been hiding, fixing the restaurant, you haven't seen a lot of the news that's been happening.
Yeah.
So this week, we talked about it on the morning show. Did you see what happened with Joe Biden in those emails? I got more insight into it.
They sent out a picture of his son smoking crack somewhere.
Well, I don't care. Here's the thing.
Whatever. He was smoking
They said it was meth on the newspaper, but he's clearly smoking crack. I have
not seen the photo.
Yeah, in the photo he's smoking crack, but I don't care about that. It has nothing to do with Biden if his son's a crackhead.
I would say it's the fact that they seem to have muted it.
Even worse. So what happened was, this came out, and then they basically, Twitter, Facebook, they all got together and they started, Facebook slowed it down so you couldn't really share it easily, but Twitter blocked the link and started blocking the accounts. People couldn't get into accounts at the New York Post. They couldn't control the account. They said, we'll only give you control back of your account if you delete that. All kinds of shit. Yeah, they went crazy.
Now is Twitter allowed to do that?
Well, here's the dilemma now. So before I said it doesn't matter who you fucking vote for. They're all idiots. Nothing's going to change. Now, if I'm being honest, it seems like you better pray that Trump wins, because clearly the other side is willing to turn what was supposed to be this platform to turn it into a publisher, to mute your speech.
They're censoring.
They're turning into state media. That's very, very dangerous. It's very, very and it's fucking crazy how they're switching sides, the Democrats and the Republicans, because it used to be the other way around, right? The Republicans would want more censorship. And somehow in the last decade,
they flipped sides.
They flipped sides. It's so
correct.
crazy.
I know what you mean by that. It seemed like the Republicans were more the tight asses back then.
Yeah, now it's like they went too tight, and they're like, well, and here's the crazy thing is, so Facebook wasn't letting you even share it through Messenger at the time it happened, and Twitter even through DMs it wasn't letting you. So it's not a matter of I don't want you to share it publicly. They didn't even want you talking about it to your friends to share the link.
Oh, that's
nuts. It's absurd. And by the way, I found out. So now I figured out how it happened. So Biden's son brought the laptop in to get repaired.
Delaware.
Yeah, at a place in Delaware, and it was Biden's son who brought it in. And then he wouldn't answer phone calls. The guy's like, fuck, I want to get rid of this fucking laptop. It's Biden's son's laptop, and Hunter Biden, and he won't come to get it. Months. The guy was getting furious about it. He's like, where the fuck is the guy? So what he did is he contacted Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah, that's what I heard that too.
He's like, I'll fucking sell it.
By the way, who is that, by the way?
He used to be
the mayor.
He used to be the mayor of New
The guy that
York.
cleaned up New York City, and the guy that was
mayor during 9/11.
Okay.
He's a hero.
But later on in his career,
he became very weird.
He became weird.
He became very, very weird.
But he was a champ on 9/11.
He was a champ on 9/11. He cleaned up New York, it's true, but he's a bit of a weirdo. But anyways, he's like, this guy will want the information. So but the FBI got involved. The FBI said, I want the laptop too. They wanted the laptop. So what he did was he copied the hard drive. So he gave the FBI the laptop. The FBI did nothing with the info. They never came out with it. They had the info. So he's like, that's suspicious. So he sold it to Rudy Giuliani. Rudy Giuliani gave it to the New York Post. And that's where all those emails came out that we found out Biden was bullshitting everyone for the longest time. I don't know anything about these Chinese deals. I don't know anything about Ukraine. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You and your son were fucking, basically was selling his position
making
as
billions.
VP. Yeah.
But I heard he had to give his dad a cut or something.
It was basically they put themselves ahead of the American people. Not that Trump wouldn't do it. I'm
Okay,
just
so
saying
now
Trump
what
didn't get
happens
caught
now? It's
doing it.
bad,
Is what I'm saying.
but are they legally allowed to do this?
No, they're illegal. It's
and it's evident they're doing it.
It's evident they did it. It's evident. That's why now they're trying to push a criminal investigation into this. Trump is trying to push a criminal investigation. Whoa, hold on a second. And here's the crazy part. So Twitter was saying the reason why we can't have you guys share this link is because the way the information was obtained was illegal, because it was taken from his hard drive. It wasn't him who gave you the info, right? Which is true. The problem was, a week earlier than that, they released those fake Trump tax receipts, right? Yeah. Which were fake, and they were ill-gotten. They weren't given to them. It was insiders, right? That gave it to them. It was fake information. Yeah. They've been pushing the fake Russiagate stuff for years without any repercussion. Wow. You get it? So
it's such a...
Yeah, so now they're playing favorites. Right? They're not doing what Ice Cube did, which Ice Cube said, I don't support any fucking candidate. I just want to help the black community in America, he said.
So well said.
Whatever helps What,
Yeah.
So the Democrats apparently were fucking with him. They're like, yeah, we'll talk. So he gets a plan together. What was it called? Like the platinum deal for blacks.
Yeah.
So he's trying to work for his community, bro. He's doing the right thing. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
So he's
He's
trying to
getting
negotiate.
blasted because he seems like a Trump guy.
Well, he's not a Trump guy, but what happened was
He's going, listen, I want to show this to the leader
Yeah.
to get this shit done.
they were stringing him along, and then they're like, you know what? Actually, we'll meet with you after the election. He's like, whoa, hold on. Didn't you want to see what I'm proposing? See if you can do it, to see if you agree with me so that I could tell people so that they could vote for you for the election. And they figure, we have the black vote, stupid. Don't worry about it. Like, we don't need you right now, so come after the election. So it's like, wait, what the fuck is going on now? These guys are playing like they used to, the same politics.
Yeah, but we're still on the Obama thing. We don't need your...
Exactly. So he goes to the Trump administration, and they're like, yeah, we'll fucking meet with you. What do you guys want? So he's looking, they met in the middle, and it was a lot of money. They go, look, we're willing, we could sacrifice this much money for your plan. He's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm surprised that you guys met with me and you guys are willing to give this much money. So he goes, like, I want to talk about it, what they told me, so it could be out there public so they don't fuck me over.
Yeah.
So he goes to go on CNN. CNN, he was supposed to go on Cuomo's show. He's going to go tonight. They brought him back because of all the backlash. So they fucking cancel. They go, no, because you met with Trump administration. We don't want to. He's like, what do you mean? What do you care who I met with? You guys didn't want to see me. You guys told me to go fuck myself. You didn't care about black people. You care about the vote, but you don't actually want to help us, he goes.
I like Ice Cube in 21 Jump Street.
Yeah. So anyways, so he does all that. He fucking goes, you guys are scared of the truth. Fuck you guys, fake media, this and that. They panic because people are like, wait, hold on a second. So now Twitter, Facebook, they're suppressing like actual shit because they don't want Biden to look bad for fucking over the American people, for him and his son to make money. You don't want to talk to Ice Cube because he's trying his best to negotiate a deal for the, because Ice Cube doesn't give a shit who wins. He cares about the black, which is what you should do. So give a fuck about your community, what you could do to help, you know? So anyway, so now they put him back on. And he's going to be on tonight. So, and he even said, he goes, we're going to fucking see what's going to happen. Like he's not going to go in like a sheep. Ice Cube is going to tell him to go fuck themselves for kicking him off. He even told Don Lemon, I think, to go fuck himself already. He's not even on the show yet. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's cool, man. Ice Cube's been around for a long time. And he, you know, when he started, he was, saying hardcore songs, anti-cop and shit.
Fuck
and then
I like that. He's like anti-cop. He's like an old man. Fuck the police is what the song is.
Exactly. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I am. And but then he went to like make Disney movies. So there's respect.
that's
No,
fine.
that's what I mean. He went like he made money from that. He got accepted from that. He was going like he knows what he's doing. He's a businessman.
Look, he's a business, not just that, but also
man.
I could understand why, again, with everything that's happened in the past 4 years, why you'd be pissed at everyone in the media, in the government, because the media has been pushing for 4 years.
Yeah.
Basically, they're like, let's see if we could get a fucking race war going. It's literally been, people were hanging out together, black,
they
white,
got
whatever
it.
the fuck
I
you
think
want.
they got it.
And they've been pushing, they're like, no, you can't hang out with white people. Their ancestors did this to you. You can't hang out with black people. Black people are doing this. They were pushing it for 4 years. Then it popped off. People got pissed off. And they're like, how did that happen? Why are people so mad at each other? Well, for 4 years, you've been telling everybody to hate their neighbor based on the color of their fucking skin. What do you think's going to fucking happen?
Yeah.
You
It's
fucking
nuts.
dummies. Yeah.
It's
Anywho,
nuts.
Pantel, tell Guido that Nikki said hello to him. Just Sorrel, this isn't the time nor the place on the
Hi,
live
Nikki.
show.
Nikki's
Just
awesome.
message him and tell him hello.
I think the last time I was here, I just said that. Yes.
Yes.
I will say hello back to Nikki.
So I like ice cubes in my drink and on my playlist.
Ice Cube. That's a great Halloween costume. Shit. Said
What's
it
a
out
great
loud.
Halloween costume?
Ice Cube in what was his famous movie? His first his big movie. So you wear the Dodgers cap,
Oh, the boys in the hood.
the Jerry curls. Yeah.
Yo.
The that's a great Halloween costume. With
So
and you just do an angry resting face.
angry. I'm gonna do an angry westing face. Yo, what's the fuck? I had something to say right now, and Guido, you interrupted my mind because I'm stupid.
Something about Ice Cube.
Nah, it wasn't about Ice Cube. It's about something interesting. I hope it was about ice cubes. And
What
then
are
I
you going
forgot.
for as Halloween?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna tell you. Halloween.
Oh.
Halloween. I think I was correct in my assumption on this just thing a few weeks ago. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna cancel it. There's already whispers of when they're gonna announce soon that the 28 days is not enough. That they're gonna go further, like I predicted.
But you know what's fucking
gonna,
stupid?
It's gonna be Halloween. Just order your
Private
Halloween
parties.
candy from Amazon.com.
Oh shit! This brings us to my next point. Thank you, Poseidon. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Montreal news. Hundreds of people have put calls to police.
Oh my God,
to
yes.
rat on their neighbors or people walking too close together or another family visiting another family, all that. So people have turned state fucking informant overnight.
Happened to me at Dollarama.
Fucking rats.
I was told off because I was going down the aisle, and the arrows were pointing that way.
Oh God.
Well, that's what happened to me today. At
He went to
Rocklands.
Rocklands. He did the same thing. People were mad at him. He didn't care though because he's a bull.
No, but it's. I agree. I did the
Okay,
same as you.
I saw- okay, hold on.
I can't agree with it.
Can I please say what I saw at Rockland because it pissed me
before I
off?
forget, can you make an appointment for me tomorrow to get my beard trimmed? Because people have been commenting
No, it
that
looks
it
good.
got
You know what?
too big, and now like it's widening. Like my face looks too
Okay,
big.
so for
morning?
Halloween,
Yeah.
Tomorrow
you
morning
should
together?
carry
Yeah, we'll go.
a boa constrictor, a snake, and be Jake the Snake in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
He should be Jake.
And I just cry.
And you should. What should Poseidon go as?
Do you know Jake the Snake was the episode before mine and Mike's of Rogan?
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that was a fucking.
Jake came to the restaurant.
Yeah, Jake the Snake. A lot of people here have hung
He's
out
a guy.
with him.
If you were in Vegas betting, that we would have thought he would have been one of the first wrestlers to die, and he's still rocking.
Fidman says Halloween is still a go in Alberta. Alberta is one of the last places that I haven't performed in Canada yet that I think would be very friendly to me.
We did Calgary, and I remember they were happy. It was a great crowd. It was a small crowd, a lot of merch.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, we gotta go. Damien's there too. He's in Edmonton.
I have a lot of family in Alberta.
Okay, so can I talk about what I saw at Rockland?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
it was
yeah.
so
He
fucking stupid.
makes a
Listen
good
to this,
point.
Guido. So first of all, you got to walk in throughout the whole mall with your mask on.
Okay.
Whatever. Every store you
That's
go
normal.
to,
That's the okay.
yeah. Every store you go to, you have to put Purell. So by the time you walk out of Rockland, you've put Purell on your hand 18 times. Your hands are burning. Second thing. Third, they've put arrows and directions on the floor, basically as if it was a street.
Yeah.
Right.
People can.
But
You can
that's
only walk
the thing
this
that
way.
I have against is I don't agree with the what's this rules. We haven't decided which
Yeah,
ones.
but
so
throughout
we
the
haven't
whole
decided
mall-
on
But throughout the whole mall, not just in stores.
right.
But the dumbest thing I saw of all,
Yeah.
the dumbest that freaked me the fuck out. So everyone's walking willy-nilly in the mall, but there's lineups at the stores in the mall to prevent from having too many people in the store.
But right outside the store, they're already
Clumped up together.
Yeah, it doesn't look. Here's what I said. I'm not saying don't protect yourself. What I'm saying is, some of this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, 100%.
Some of this doesn't make any sense.
100%.
Like the whole thing. Someone was talking about the restaurants where they go, okay, so let me get this straight. I have to wear my mask. I sit down with people. I take it off to eat, and then if I walk 2 feet, I put it back on. But I take off my mask right when I sit down. Where does it end? Like I don't
Taking a
understand.
in between bites.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this? You went to the mall. You know, I as a guy who owns a restaurant, there's things I can't switch off. So walking around the mall, which one of those places did you see? Fuck, this place is rolling. Like they're efficient. They're doing it properly. That's
Some people
it's moving.
know
Some
how to
restaurants
handle this situation.
There's must have been one place. What, Pharmaprix? One place where the shit was rolling, and they're doing it properly.
I mean, let's say for Pharmaprix, right? What I've seen is that they do it pretty well. The only issue is
Shoppers Drug Mart.
Shoppers Drug Mart. The only issue is you can't guarantee how long someone's going to take in there. You get it? Like somebody might be buying one thing, so it's an easy transaction.
Yeah.
Another person might be doing all their fucking medical groceries.
Yeah.
So then if they have a limit of how many people they could keep inside, that's what holds up the line. But most places, because look, most people, they're like, you get it. You go in, you're like, okay, what are the rules here? I have to wait here. And then, okay, I'll do it. And then you get out quickly. Most people get it. It's the people who try to cut in line, the people who...
I love the people that are unaware that they're like
is the
in
pandemic,
your space.
Well, that was me.
The guy that's in there's a guy that look, it was like he was breathing in behind my ear. Like, what the fuck are you doing
no,
here?
on me it's not like that.
I
But
love those guys.
But first of all, I saw everyone in line clumped together. I'm like, I'm not waiting there to go into that store. It was Foot Locker, Zara, and H&M.
Yeah.
But I didn't give a fuck about the directions on the floor. Zero fucks.
Obviously.
At some point, I'm walking opposite direction, and this old lady stops. Hey, in French though, she goes, hey. I don't turn around. It's one direction this way. Nah. I'm like, to my balls. I keep walking, and then her husband turned around, and he's like, hey. Did you not hear?
What are you, the mall police? Shut the
Bro,
fuck
at
up,
that
old man.
moment,
Like,
I wanted to turn around. I'm like, they're an old couple. Just let it slide.
I always just smile and do an apology. Ciao.
yeah, not me. I'm
No, I do
I'm
it.
an
I make them
asshole.
wait,
I didn't
'cause
even
it's a-
apologize.
You know, I don't.
ignored.
I got my own.
I pretended like I didn't hear them.
Sorry. Sometimes I overdo it. Like I oversell it.
Yeah, you're a crazy person.
I
I
am.
like your style. Sometimes
I like your style.
Sometimes that's what you need. You need a crazy person style. You need someone to go in there and be like, I fucking get it. Just go crazy.
I have done shit.
I think I should do that next time.
Yeah.
Okay, I fucking got it. Just start fucking freaking out.
What did I do? I saw something. You know which place I think has it going right? Dollarama. Even
it's not hard to, even at Metro when I go to my groceries, they have their setup. It's not hard to, here's the thing, if we all understand what's going on and we're willing, whatever, like in Metro, what changed? I have to wait an extra 10 seconds at the line. It's not that bad. You put your mask, even the aisles, they have the arrows. I never respect the arrows. Nobody gives a shit.
Okay.
But here's my question. How does that help in preventing the spread?
How about the guy who sprays on your hand?
Yeah, every time you walk in, the guy's the best is sometimes just to fuck with him. I ignore him for 2 seconds. Like I grab the card before I grab him. He panics because he's like, "How do I get this guy to come back to spray his hand?" I go, "I'm gonna come. Don't worry. Don't just."
Dude, in LA, it's like I hear it's overdone. Like people are in their car, windows closed, wearing the fucking mask.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. I've noticed that here. People remember we made fun of them in the beginning. Like you're alone, you're still wearing the mask. People are still doing that.
2 meters. This is 2 meters.
No, but you're in the car alone. Why are you wearing a mask? People still do it. In the beginning, I was like, okay, you still haven't gotten used to it. But now I see a lot of people, and it's always them that fuck around in traffic. And I'm like, maybe if you'd breathe, you get some oxygen to your fucking brain, you wouldn't be crossing fucking 6 lanes trying to kill someone like you fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's dangerous because people have fainted from the masks. So that's another hazard on the road.
I was there. The lady that broke her head open.
Exactly.
About, dude, I fainted.
Yeah, you did. You fainted too, eh? I told you that same weekend we were doing 2 Drink Minimum. I talked about it. I talked about on 2 Drink Minimum that you fell that same day, bro. So you fell the day before, actually 2 days before. His brother fell. No, his brother didn't fall for that. His brother wasn't related. And then that morning, a lady who was wearing a mask across the street where I was drinking coffee in Park X on San Rock also fell and hit her head and she was bleeding everywhere. We had to wait till the hospital gets there, the ambulance gets there.
I cannot explain what, like, the only other time I felt like I've never really fainted was maybe getting an operation, like 3, 2, 1, out.
No, I don't think I've ever fainted.
I get dizzy. I say, let me go lean against the wall. I lean against the wall, and I'm like, oh, okay, good. Thank God this wall's here. All right, let me take a walk for a bit. Wake up in an ambulance.
God damn.
But by the way, here, obviously, when we were doing this, we didn't do it for the 2 meters. It was being built in August, this place, but I did it just because I wanted space. But it looks like at least I built it so big because they can't see on camera how far we are from each other. Yeah. But we all have minimum 2 meters. I mean, the 3 and 4 mic, which is where Guido and
2 yardsticks. The stick, the teacher, and the school.
Minimum, yeah, we're really far. So this is all legal.
Yeah, Poseidon is.
I'm 8 meters away.
In another
dimension.
In another postal code.
So there's a guy, I invited him on Twitter because I couldn't find his I couldn't find anything on him, like in terms of like an email address or anything. He didn't have, like, some people just don't know how to make themselves easy to access in terms of reaching out to them. He's a French guy here, Radio Québec, the thing on YouTube, and he got banned from YouTube for spreading disinformation. So I invited him to my French podcast. He hasn't replied yet.
What's his name?
I invited him something Turcotte.
I think I heard that on CJD or something.
Yeah, so I invited him just because I want him to talk about, because he wrote. Hey, I didn't say don't wear your mask. He didn't say. He said I didn't say the pandemic doesn't exist. He goes, that's what they called him out for. He goes, that's not what I said. I said, what are these rules and what they're trying to do and all this stuff. So I wanted him to come on the French show and explain himself. But I don't know if he's going to see my tweet because there's no other way to reach this guy. But
I think he's he'll come in. That's awesome.
If he sees the message, but I don't know if he's going to see it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
So there's a couple people like that.
I was arguing this with about how about
but his channel his channel got taken down.
I heard.
Yeah, like 56,000.
It's like he's okay. Think of this extreme example. Is he an Alex Jones where he's doing a character, but people don't realize he's doing a character, or is that his real opinion? That's what maybe is the gray area.
Well, Trey Cool says that the way I invited him on Twitter seemed like I was laughing at him. But it wasn't.
But it's funny because
maybe language wise, because what I said
his whole gimmick is how he seemed.
Because he said my my Facebook channel was taken down. I told him I'm still on Facebook. Do you want to come on my I'm still on YouTube. Sorry. Yeah. Do you want to come on my podcast? Maybe he thought, maybe it sounded like I meant it. Oh, I'm not kicked off. You want to do like mine, like I was bragging, but I wasn't.
It didn't sound like that to me now.
I wasn't. All I meant was that I'm still. You could still be on YouTube. Like, come do a show and explain to YouTube what happened. That's what I meant. I didn't mean to. I hope he didn't take it that way. That'd be kind of funny if he's like, this son of a bitch. Like I wasn't trying to be mean to him.
But he took it that way. It's
even what's his name? Our friend there. Come on. The really the right wing guy, the Vice magazine, the guy.
Oh, Gavin.
Gavin.
Yeah.
He's the best way you can describe it is Gavin. When you hear of him in private with his family and his kids, is this wonderful guy, nice. It's not like a character, but it's different side of somebody. And not everybody's that with. What am I trying to say, Poseidon?
That there's a different side to everybody.
No, and that's I mean, it's also how if you take bits and pieces out of context. Like for example, on Poseidon's podcast yesterday, he had a portion where he was large portion where he was speaking about native affairs, right? So it was called the Native Hour of Power, and he was wearing a headdress, and he had Pocahontas on screen. Famous Indians, Pocahontas. He had Elizabeth Warren.
Wait, who are your famous
Gandhi.
Indians?
Hold on.
Yeah, okay, Gandhi.
And Gandhi.
Okay,
so Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, and Gandhi. Okay, so he went full spectrum. He's like, I got to cover all my bases here.
Yeah, well, you're missing the guy from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Spirit from G.I. Joe. That's what you're missing.
But there's a I think it's Toy Galaxy. There's a YouTube channel that they take all those toys. They do like little 10-minute documentaries.
Like what's his name? Seth Green did that with Robot Chicken.
No, Robot Chicken is just a show. I'm talking about he does. No, they don't take the toys and play with them. They do a history. They tell you about how they were made.
I remember that. Yeah, you told me that. There was, it's like one of those. Hey, remember the '80s decade documentary, and you see everything that happened
on
in
YouTube.
This
This guy
is toys. Yeah,
this is toy. All kinds of shit. He did creepy crawlers. I was watching. Remember creepy crawlers?
What?
Yeah, I remember
hold on,
that.
that rings a bell. What was,
Okay, so
what was creepy crawlers?
I think you might be too young.
Are they the ones in a cage with the crazy eyes?
No, creepy crawlers were like you'd make them yourself. It's like a little oven. It's like easy bake oven for guys. Basically, you put the gel in. You could create scorpions and stuff, and then you put it in.
Oh my
and
god!
it cooks them.
You've unlocked a memory in my brain.
It was that green and orange box.
They don't have. Do they have that shit now?
No, they can't let kids play. First of all,
I used to have chemistry sets, bro.
you could blow shit up.
Bomb.
Can I tell you something? I don't think kids play with action figures and toys the way they used to, because video games have gotten so advanced.
But I've wandered through that section not that far, like not that long ago. Like I go to Canadian Tire or something like that, and walk through that toy section and really pay attention. There still is a lot of cool 3D puzzle, like where kids use their
I
brain.
was 20 and 200 is asking, would you think it's okay if someone says AIDS doesn't exist and encourages people to have unprotected sex? Would you let his YouTube page open? Yeah, it's not up to me to close it.
100%.
Absolutely,
He
of
can
course.
do whatever he wants.
Yeah, it's up to you
He can do whatever
to
he
do
wants.
your own. Yeah,
It's up to you to decide whether or not he's saying yes or no.
Yeah. Because right now,
Are you asking if there's a rule if he's lying or not?
Yeah, because for the record, just so we're all on the same page, right now that Twitter account is still active on Twitter. The one I told you is sharing videos of Azerbaijanis shooting Armenians in the head.
Yeah,
and all
I
kinds
hear
of that stuff is still open, and he's saying how we should kill Greeks, Christians,
You know what?
all
At the
that
same
stuff.
time, let's all do
so,
this.
So no,
Okay,
I'm saying you're picking and choosing now.
Yeah.
So how is literal violence okay? But if someone's saying something stupid, you should do your. Every time I say conspiracy theory, then I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Then I look into it. Like you see the shit Poseidon comes up with, the conspiracy theories that he finds online.
Most of the stuff he
I don't.
says.
Yeah, mostly says I don't. I'm not like, oh yeah, that makes sense. The tentacles inside job. I look into it. Right. So if you're too
you care
stupid,
to,
What did you say? The tentacles were an inside job.
the Titanic was an inside
Oh,
job.
okay.
If you get as time goes on, time becomes valuable, and you get to pick and choose a little more. You don't jump on all of them.
You don't no, but also you can't, because the problem is,
You'll never get an answer.
yeah, the stuff that you have to close down is active violent stuff, like people making money off murder, like the guy who was murdering the dogs and this and that.
How about this? Let's all join right now. That girl that said, the AIDS thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's all
I
together.
don't know if it's a girl, it could be a guy.
Oh, it could. Yes. Let's all join the Luca Magnotta page on Facebook. I'm already a member.
They have a Luca Magnotta page on Facebook?
I've been since this. Yeah.
You see, I would not join
about
that.
what?
That's stupid. Yeah.
But that's the same. That's
Like
no
they're
different than what
fans?
you're just saying.
They're
The
fans.
Free Luca Magnotta now.
That's what they have?
Yeah.
That's what I mean, like
that's
stupid
insane.
shit like that.
Okay,
yeah.
but what's the difference?
Well, one
really
is,
isn't.
Yeah, there really isn't. Except one is the argument would be that one is just people being hopeful. We're gonna either free my buddy Luca, and the other one is what if the wrong person watches that video and then has unprotected sex? But that's your own personal decision. You just made a stupid
Okay,
decision.
There's
how about
also
that?
freedom of speech and freedom of expression.
Anton
There you go.
LaVey, what was his name?
Which
Anton
by the way, which we're gonna segue into what happened
In France.
In France, you know what I
Did
mean?
you see what happened in France? A teacher got beheaded.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
He was a teacher.
Oh, because of
Freedom of expression, he was showing.
Je suis Charlie.
No, he showed the Mohammed drawings.
Right,
Yeah.
just like I said.
Oh, and I also
The
found out.
teacher drew it, and the kid didn't like it.
No, the teacher didn't draw it. He showed what
Yeah,
the
he showed
drawings
something.
were.
Showed
He
what
showed-
the drawings were.
That caused
Yeah.
the whole ruckus. But this was crazy. Apparently, the teacher.
Well, why didn't he learn?
You're gonna let me fucking talk and keep jumping in.
let him
apparently,
go.
the teacher
sorry.
told. He's continuing. Apparently, the teacher told the Muslim students that were there before he showed it, he goes, just in case, like it's, we're going to show you what it was. If you're offended or whatever, leave the class now because I don't want to show it to you to fuck with you. Because if you don't want to see it, that's fine. I'm going to show it.
Yeah.
So he wasn't like the way
He forewarned.
and then they basically doxed him. Like a lot of like the community there, like the hardcore Islamic community, was like sharing stuff about his address, where he lives, this and that. They said they were calling for a fatwa on him. Or he was getting threats for a while and nobody did anything. They said, "Don't be racist, bro," and then they cut his head off.
Yeah, maybe at this point now. People can realize
for a fucking cartoon.
Don't fucking
and he didn't even
draw
do the
it.
cartoon.
Don't show it. Don't draw it. This shit happens.
No, but even don't show it, don't draw it. It's not an Poseidon, whether he drew it or not.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse
100%.
in the civilized world.
But we know what's gonna happen if you do. It's like saying, see those lions in the cage.
Yeah.
Don't go in there and try to feed them because if you do, you might. Now unless
no, it's not like that because then you can't transform this society into a society that the people who are cutting heads off, clearly they left from a very shitty situation.
Yeah.
Unless you want to turn this society into that society, you cannot fold.
Okay, so you must invest in re-education and reprogramming to get that shit not to happen.
Here's the problem. It's very difficult. With racism, it's easier. Because with racism, a generation or two of living together and, in schools and stuff, people are like, oh, fuck, this is stupid. How the fuck?
I've seen videos of full-grown adults, 40, 50,
becoming, rehabilitated and not being racist. Because it's easier to explain how stupid it is. Oh. The problem when religion comes into play is that stuff that you can't control. You're at home, right? You're at home, like with your family that might be fucked up. You're at the church, you're at the mosque, you're at the synagogue with someone who's fucked up fanatically, right? And they keep feeding you this nonsense. So, like, remember the imam here in Saint Michel that was saying, kill the Jews, kill this, all that? So, this is here. This is in the Western world. This is here. And the thing is, you have the extremes.
Canada had a decapitation. The guy on the fucking bus. But he was crazy fuck decapitation.
Yeah, but that was a different story. Yeah,
but crazy fuck.
And the thing is,
but which kind of crazy fuck?
But that's because this is a very it's a precision cut type of thing they have to do because you can't go stupid and be like, it's Muslims, stop Muslims. Because I'll bring you 1,000 Muslims that think this is insane and they would never do something like that. So the problem isn't, just stop them. That's crazy, right?
No, is
the problem
guy,
is
that kid,
these fanatical groups.
He's Rambo. He's programmed as Rambo.
These fanatical groups have exactly. That's what you have to stop. It's not a question of
he's a soldier. He's like, I'm doing it for my
exactly.
Because my old neighbor where I lived at my mom's place was a Muslim from Senegal. Bro, one of the nicest people.
Yeah, he would never do. It's
you don't
even have to mention that. It's so stupid.
Most human beings,
are
decent.
Yeah,
in any way, Like
so they have to
self-preservation.
They have to tackle the whole. Who are you letting in? Like extremists. This is why vetting is important. But governments are very scared to look racist, so they don't like to look into stuff. Like here, the
vetting.
Well, do you remember the imam here? The guy in Saint Michel. Basically, the videos were on YouTube. The videos were on YouTube about him saying we got to kill the Jews and that, and they weren't doing anything here for the longest time. And then people started getting really pissed off here. They're like, you have fucking videos of the guy calling for fucking violence. And you're like,
but I'll tell you something though. If it's a Hunter Biden video,
they would have been gone.
Can't show that shit.
Yeah, smoking crack.
The guy in Saint Michel.
Yeah, that's all he has to say. He's like, I smoke with Hunter Biden, bro.
Oh, hold on. What did I see online?
Joe Biden you could see he drew his hair in.
But hold on.
Got the hair transplant years ago.
I think
you
so,
see that? He had a good straight, like Matthew McConaughey style.
He's a piece of garbage. You heard the shit he used to say? Have you seen those tapes?
I have TJ Hooker hair.
Have you heard the racist shit Biden used to say, bro? Jesus Christ.
Hunter Biden or Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. I watched the video, by the way.
How crazy is that?
In the 90s, bro, they're predators.
They're super predators, black people is what he said.
Dude, in the 90s, I was like, people would be like, music would come on, fucking, oh, na, 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 na.
That's crazy, bro. This guy's out of his fucking mind.
But I saw on
He's
on
what
Twitter,
I thought Pence was.
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they tried to make Pence seem.
Yeah.
But it's actually Joe.
Yeah. When I heard that stuff coming from Joe Biden, I was like, that's what they made me think Pence would say.
Yeah.
What was how the turntables
have turned.
You didn't notice the fly? Because
I noticed the fly
was so important that he didn't notice the fly.
Oh, he didn't notice the fly, but I noticed the fly. I was laughing at the fly, and I knew. I even said it, that the fly is going to make big news.
But the jokes that I saw, I saw people saying even the fly left the Democratic Party because it was on Obama and then it was on Hillary. Like even the fucking fly is walking away.
Jeff Goldblum, they were trying to get him because he was in the movie.
Yeah, whatever. There's such these stretches that they make. Oh, by the way, speaking of Jeff Goldblum. This Friday is the Spook Fest. We're not going to watch The Fly, but we're going to watch another classic horror film. Guido, I don't know if you know this because you've been in a cave.
Yeah, please, because I was thinking of a movie I want to show you.
So this entire month, what we've been doing on Patreon for our patrons who are badasses, we've been watching movies with them at 9 p.m. every Friday night.
Okay, cool.
It is a great fucking time because we're just talking over the movie and we ruin it for everyone.
I love it.
And
I'm an interrupter.
People, well, you can't come. You will be too much because the plot points, we stay quiet
Okay,
and
so
then we mention.
When I'm on an episode, you call it too much.
What do you mean?
Like when I just expect me to not shut.
No,
the
you.
fuck
I'll let you to watch it, but I don't want them to leave.
Okay,
I want
what
them to
was the
enjoy
movie?
it. We watched Nightmare on Elm Street last week.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah,
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. He had the best death in that whole movie.
He was another of those guys that goes to the audition by accident because he was with his buddy. Some shit like that. Kevin
Really?
Nealon. Kevin Nealon was like that. Kevin Nealon just happened to be the fucking Kramer to Dana Carvey. And he went along. He gave Dana Carvey a lift to his audition.
Oh, by the way, I'm
And that
looking
happened.
here. Yeah, we do have. So, if you're on Patreon and you're on the Discord, you can call in. This is true. We're doing call in.
Oh,
now.
what was her name? I remember she came back in part 4.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
The girl of Nightmare on Elm Street, she came back for part 4. She
because this was.
Heather Langenkamp. Am I right or wrong? Guys,
I don't know, but this was
Nightmare on Elm Street girl, the actress Heather Langenkamp.
This is the first time I had seen it since I was maybe 13. So I was very, very young when I watched it.
And overall experience?
I had fun because I was with him and Spiro. Spiro's girlfriend was there too. Like we were having
But
fun
was there
watching it.
good or just, oh, that's shit?
No, it was
No, it
actually, there was some moments that obviously you could
It
tell
held
the
up.
CGI didn't hold up, but there was some that was creepy. I still think Johnny Depp had the weirdest and most fucked up crazy scene in that whole movie.
Yeah.
He
He
basically
fell
exploded.
into the bed.
Yeah. And then he was like a gusher candy.
How do you even do that, Freddy Krueger?
It's just a horror. It's not supposed
That
to make
was
sense.
that was Robert England.
Yeah,
Freddy
Robert
Krueger is
Englund.
the bad guy saying hello, 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 and Forward Fairlane with Andrew Dice Clay. That guy.
Oh, yeah, the brown-haired bitch who didn't die.
That's Freddy Krueger.
Well, the ending is kind of like ominous. And it's like, is this real? Is it not real?
Yeah.
Like, what really happened type of shit.
They tried to reboot Freddy Krueger and it didn't work.
I saw the reboot. Yeah, the reboot, they touched more about the subtext. So,
Yeah.
because the original movie, they don't go into it, but they knew that basically it was an allegory for molestation. So what happened was Freddy Krueger had molested all these kids that
Right,
had these
okay.
nightmares when they were young. The families found out. They burned him alive.
There you go.
Now he's come back in their dreams. It's like your repressed memories coming back after you were molested as a child. You get it? And the family's like, oh no, they're remembering. But they turned into a horror movie, which is pretty writing was good back then.
You know why? Because people who wrote back then grew up reading books.
Yes.
Whereas today, people who
Watch
write
TV.
grew up watching TV and not having respect for wording and literature.
That is the smartest thing Guido has ever said on this fucking podcast, and it is 100% correct.
I agree, and I was listening to Jordan Peterson today. While
But
I
is
was
that
working
okay?
out.
Maybe it's evolution. It's,
Well,
whether it's right or wrong.
But there's a part of evolution that sometimes you take a few steps back and you realize, and then you got to move forward, right? Like socially, we've taken a couple of steps back in our push forward. People are now starting to realize, like, the dilemma with social media, language, and I think we're just going to do an adjustment and then move 3 steps forward, rather. But for the movies, I don't want to forget, and you're going to get into that in a second.
And Jordan Peterson, what are you saying?
He was going to say Jordan Peterson.
I was
same
going to
thing.
say he said the same thing.
But I want to tell you guys. So there's a movie that I hadn't seen that was on Netflix, The Jackal. It was
Which
filmed
one?
here.
Okay, the Bruce Willis one or the Aiden Quinn one?
Okay, Bruce Willis. So listen,
'Cause
before
yeah.
I say anything, the cast,
I remember the Metro, the Lionel Gru.
Lionel Gru, and another.
Fucking, I'll tell you who
Oh,
was
so
in that
hold
movie.
on.
Don't say anything
So don't
because
say
I want to
anything.
watch it.
You don't want
Okay,
to
but
watch
there's
it.
somebody's
So
first
hold
movie
on,
there.
hold on. So who's in it? Fucking Bruce Willis is in it.
Richard Gere.
is in it. The
Sidney Poitier.
guy who plays J. Jonah Jameson is in it. There's a lot of good
Demi
actors.
Moore.
Jack Black. No, it looks like Demi Moore.
No,
I don't
it
think
is
that's her.
Demi
Is that
Moore.
her? It might be her because I thought it was Demi Moore.
it wasn't
but
Demi Moore.
she's
It's the
bigger.
other girl.
Anyways,
Anyway, Jack Black, it's his first movie.
so this movie has, as you could tell, a lot of famous people in it, right?
Yeah.
One of the worst written things
I was in
I've
Montreal.
ever seen in my goddamn life. I thought, so I'm like, I'm going to see this movie. 10 minutes in, I was like, wait, is this a parody?
But it's a good shit movie.
It is
But
trash.
If you know the
Atrocious.
Montreal
Yeah, and you could
God damn.
and you could tell that the people who wrote it, like whoever wrote it, bro,
was on a coke binge and fucking washing money.
garbage script.
That
And
bad,
it didn't
huh?
even, first of all, what's his name? Richard Gere?
Richard Gere.
I'm not Irish. That must have been
horrible.
the dumbest fake Russian, Irish accent ever.
But the thing is,
Oh,
if
no, I
you're
have
a
to watch it
Montreal actor,
But yeah, I'm Irish. I was fighting for it. I was waiting for him to turn around and be like, "Do you know where me like Charles?" It's like, God damn, that is a terrible fake Irish accent.
there's
funny.
a couple of, if you're in Montreal, like if you show up in, there's an ongoing circle of a lot of familiar faces
Yes.
that if you're in that extras Montreal world, like the TV show Extras, Ricky Gervais, there, it is kind of like that here. So there's so many extras in the movie The Jackal and a lot of shit that's filmed in Montreal, like Bone Collector and there's the De Niro.
For the
score
record,
and-
Guido will never be on a movie night, guys. Don't worry. He
right.
talks too much.
But at Lionel Gros Metro, when there's the explosion, you see the extra think he's off camera and run away from the bomb and then continue walking slowly.
That's funny.
You see it. You
It's
literally
a
see
shit
it.
movie, dude. It is a shit. And I was like, ugh.
Contrary to that, now remember I said The Assignment too, because at the same time there was a movie. You know how when there's always two types of movies filming at the like Volcano and
Yeah.
Deep Impact, Armageddon.
Yeah, it's always like the similar type of
So there
tropes.
was a movie called The Assignment, filmed in Montreal.
Sounds familiar.
About Carlos the Jackal.
Okay.
Now, Aidan Quinn, he plays the guy who looks like the Jackal in order to, and Donald Sutherland. Donald Sutherland kind of plays the same type of guy that he did in JFK, like the authority guy, or like, and that's the better version of the Jackal story. The Assignment. There's a part where he's practicing shooting in the snow at Mount Royal, where you literally see it's very well made. The movie,
so that might be-
The Assignment is a good version of that.
Okay, but we're not
Of what
talking about The
Montreal's
Assignment,
capable
bro.
of.
We're not talking about The Assignment. We're talking about The Jackal, and it is horrible, Guido, and you could watch with your friends to laugh at it. The acting is bad, but mostly it's the writing is very bad. So I don't think, like I was thinking about this for the actors, I go, they were probably excited. Like, who do I get to work with? You know, they see like, oh, this is going to be a great movie. And I think when they got the script, they just said, okay, I'm going to make the best I can with this.
Yeah.
But this is fucking rough. Like, it was rough. It was rough. And then now I started understanding, well, I don't know how that got made, but
It was a young industry in English in here.
that's not a
then.
Montreal movie.
Yeah, it is.
That's a Montreal
Not
movie.
Montreal, but somehow you
it's not a
have to
Montreal
always
movie.
some finance has to come from there. And
No, I understand, but
it
it's
went
not
to-
like they financed. No,
It
but,
was- it was
but
using
the
at
writer
Mel's-
is not a Montreal writer. It's not
I
like
guarantee you, there's 75% French Canadian names in that crew list when you.
that's
read
fine, but the crew has.
But
not,
that's what I'm
but-
saying. So you
but
don't
you're
think that
arguing the wrong thing.
I'm saying the even the language barrier also played a fact. Like think of all
The
the
language
different things that
barrier
played a
of the
fact in
fucking
how
crew
shit that
is
movie
not
was.
going to play a fucking factor in how shit the script is, bro. What the fuck are you saying?
So it means everybody had money then and just wanted to burn it. Like did they really think?
But
that
they
was a
did
good
make
movie?
money. Because people didn't know they made money. It cost
Yeah,
like
because-
60 million
Bro,
to
that-
make,
you put
and they
that
made like
poster in
120 million.
China, people think, oh my God, Die Hard
There
4.
you go. And they can't tell that it's shitty acting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they did it to us with Bruce Lee. After he died, they had Bruce Lee with an L.I. And they made
Was
him
it
on-
fake Bruce Lee?
No, but like on every kung fu box, they made him look like Bruce Lee, but it wasn't him. He was
It
dead
wasn't the
already.
why.
They did that
wasn't
with
it Jet Li?
Spaghetti Western. Yeah, that was later. Like
That's a different person.
But
Oh, I
in
like that.
Spaghetti Westerns, after
They
Good, the
made
Bad, and the
they
Ugly-
made
no,
Bruce
it's,
Lee with an eye. You mean Jet Li? Those are two
No,
different
but
names.
didn't Jet Li play Bruce Lee at some point?
No, Bruce Lee with an eye is
He's
in
saying
the
they
70s.
faked it like it was Bruce Lee to trick you.
Yeah.
Jet Li is a complete different
Posters
actor.
that there's a movie called Fear with Frank Stallone.
Isn't there a movie
I know
called
this-
Fear with
I worked in it with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, it's a different movie?
Yeah, I worked in a video store. So I remember during the 90s. So I know a lot of video boxes and posters in my head for no reason. Movie called Fear.
Dirty
On-
Four? Find out, since you're on Wikipedia, find out who wrote The Jackal so we could shit on him.
The movie Fear, the poster was a guy choking a girl from behind, and it was said Stallone, and it was made to look like Sylvester Stallone.
Because they look alike.
Okay, but
Yeah.
Frank Stallone doesn't look like him, but they made the poster, and there was another movie called Silencers.
Okay.
It was a B movie. When they say B movie, I really saw the beginning of that, where they went straight to video.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I saw that. So this B movie was Jack Scalia, actor from Toronto, where he on the poster
That's a
on
cool name.
purpose was made to look like Harrison Ford. They even gave him the kind of Harrison
he look
Ford
like him?
scar on the poster on the box.
looks like him.
perfect because you're a guy working Friday night. You're fucking tired. You come home.
Yeah.
You found rent. Oh, I like this guy. Boom, rent. And that was actually a marketing gimmick then.
But this, you know what's crazy is they actually had the real, it's not like they faked Bruce Willis. They had the real actors. They had a chance
Yeah,
to
they
make an
cashed it
awesome
in.
movie.
Yeah.
And oh man, it
The
was
subject
bad.
matter was great, but then
Some guy called Chuck Farrer wrote it.
yeah, even the name is fancy.
Farrer, yeah.
A
Jesus
pseudonym for.
Yeah,
You mean farter?
Farrer.
I want to do. I want to do.
Yeah, Kevin Canuel wrote The Jackal is a terrible movie.
Did you hear the story of Keanu Reeves and Johnny Mnemonic?
Tell me.
Johnny Mnemonic.
You always have good movie
Johnny
stories.
Mnemonic spelled with a P. You know, like pneumonia. Johnny Mnemonic.
No, wasn't it spelled with an M?
Mnemonic.
M-N, or I don't remember, but I remember the movie Johnny Mnemonic.
It's spelled, yeah. Anyway.
I thought it was an M, but it could be a P.
Anyway,
Who cares?
He's such a apparently good guy that he was forced to do that movie because his friend fucked him over. So he
Okay,
filmed
I
that in
heard
Montreal.
something
Dolph
like that.
Lundgren is in that movie.
It's a shit movie, yeah.
Dolph Lundgren kind of plays like a Jesus of Nazareth. Like he's wearing the Jesus clothes, walking around the streets of Montreal.
Anyways, what happened
like
with that-
Moses.
but what happened with
and
that
there's
movie?
a dolphin in an aquarium.
That's fine.
And
Your mind's
The point
scattered.
is-
What happened with him, Keanu?
his manager or his friend forged his signature, and because Keanu Reeves didn't want to stir shit to save his friend, he made Johnny Mnemonic.
Hold on a second though. Why? What did his friend gain from
Whatever
forging?
it was, somebody.
So maybe somebody paid his friend. Can you get him to agree to do this?
No. Whatever it was.
I'm saying, how did he fuck his
anybody
friend?
else in the world
You're not listening to me.
would have gotten fucked over and wouldn't have allowed this.
What-
and would have
but
sued everyone's ass.
What did his friend gain by faking the
Okay.
signature? That's what I'm asking.
This is all I remember. Somebody in his inner circle
Right?
forged
Yeah.
his signature,
We've established this.
resulting
Right.
in him having to make that movie.
Right. We established
So
this.
if he would have pulled out,
He would have fucked over his friend.
he would have also been sued his ass in the movie and everything, and fucked everything up and fucked everything up.
But what I'm
so
saying
he
is,
did the movie
why did the friend forge a signature? What was the friend gaining? Was the friend a financer of that
I'm
film?
sure money. I don't know. Maybe,
We don't know. We don't know. Okay.
But that's a
If
fact.
anybody in the chat knows why, I'm very curious to know.
Yeah, that's Montreal.
Because it sounds like a case where he's like, look, if you could get Keanu to sign this, you'll get a, I don't know, $10,000 bonus. So the guy's like, fuck that. You know, he signs it
Then
himself.
there's a lot of Montreal things. Another one.
So wait,
was,
his friend was a Montrealer that fucked him over.
No, Johnny Mnemonic was filmed.
No, but the guy who-
production office was here for like
I'm
a year.
saying the guy who. Why don't you answer questions directly?
I
What
don't
are you
know if
fucking
he
Joe
was.
Biden? That's what I'm saying because you said Montrealers always fuck people
Okay.
over, but I'm saying did a Montrealer fuck
I'll
him
tell you
over?
two more Montreal tidbits.
Well, that doesn't sound like a Montreal tidbit because it's not a Montrealer.
Montreal filming. No, because Johnny Mnemonic was filmed in Montreal. Another Montreal movie. Some of All Fears, where
I remember that.
Ben Affleck plays Harrison Ford, Clear and Present Danger. What's his name?
Yeah.
Jack. He went to he after he left Montreal, rehab. It was Montreal that like kicked off his cleaning himself up. There was that. There was Battlefield Earth. The worst movie in history was filmed in Montreal.
Okay, so Battlefield Earth, very bad, but I don't know if it's the
I know a
worst
lot of
in
extras
history.
have made a lot of money on that.
I don't know if it's the worst in history. Like, I've seen worse movies than Battlefield Earth.
I think it's because in interviews, John Travolta said it's going to be better than Star Wars, or he did some shit like that.
Yeah, he hyped it up too much because it's a very bad movie, but I don't know if it's the worst. Like, to be honest, I feel like The Jackal is worse.
I've never watched Battlefield.
Because you know what? At least The Jackal, you're like, they had that cast. It was a simpler movie and they still fucked it up. Whereas Battlefield Earth, there was no way of them making a good movie because it was a Scientology movie. Travolta was fucking high on something in that movie. The cast was nothing special. They used these shitty special
You know
effects.
who's in that movie?
It was made to be doomed.
The bad guy from Kindergarten Cop.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He's in that movie.
I like Kindergarten Cop. That was a good movie.
Yeah. Dominic? That's Ivan Reitman fucking using his brains, man. That's why I know that Jason Reitman's Ghostbusters is going to be good.
Oh, the new Ghostbusters?
The one with that guy's son.
The trailer already.
Looks like it looks like that show Stranger Things.
It has a
It
Stranger
visually-
Things. Yeah, Stranger Things vibed, and it looked like it respected the source material,
Right.
which was the original movie. Whereas when they made that new Ghostbusters, the women, it's basically
They were pushing a
let's-
different story. They're
Let's
pushing
take the
girls-
logo
Correct.
and then push a stupid agenda for
Yeah.
idiots that think that if women do it, it'll be a good movie.
That same thing that
Which-
we did with the Fear movie where it looks like Stallone.
and Ocean's 8.
Yeah, it's a
Same thing.
Same thing.
That's garbage.
Yeah, why don't you just make a movie with those characters, a
Respecting
different one,
the
a different
source material.
No, but a different story.
Oh, they're doing that now, apparently. That's the trend, it seems. They have the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, the Nurse Ratched, the worst villain. They have a show of her origin story.
Oh, that's badass. That's a different. That's not what we're saying.
Apparently,
though. We're saying that
that's the
will be a
trend.
remake. No. It will be a remake where Jack Nicholson, all that, are all played by women. That's the trend.
No, yeah.
But right now, the origin stories,
the
I like
now
that.
trend. The trend coming up.
These origin stories, I like
It's
that. Origin stories, I'm ready.
I'll give you another example that I haven't heard this is happening, but I heard somebody wrote when Fredo and Michael were in Cuba in Godfather 2, a whole story about that.
That's
the
amazing.
6 months of that.
That's amazing. You know why?
That's where it's gonna go.
Because there's some stories
Where
that
the character is bigger than the story.
Yeah.
Like Tony Montana showing up in another movie one day will happen.
yeah.
Where Tony Montana shows up, not Al Pacino. Al Pacino's likeness, but
Yeah.
you're not saying Al Pacino anymore.
No,
You're
it's Tony Montana because you like the story, just like comic books do, just like
like how The Rock transitioned to Dwayne Johnson.
what kind of? He's still The Rock.
Yeah, he's still Dwayne the Rock.
He's selling
Johnson.
$40 masks with a bull on them.
Good for him.
Good for him, bro. It's the people that should be
The Rock was
called stupid, or the people who are buying them.
Well,
he was in Montreal Screwjob as Rocky Maivia. He fought earlier that night as the Nation of Domination. That's as close as I've been to Dwayne.
Well, he didn't fight as the Nation. He was in the Nation.
Him and Farouk.
Yeah. But yeah, all that to say, a lot of shitty fucking writers
I don't
out
talk
there.
a lot.
Why is it when I'm talking that you keep jumping in? Though? Why are you doing this? Because you're
I
pissing
can't
them
help
off
it.
too in the chat. Don't
I
do it.
can't
Just
help
wait.
be patient, man.
I'm gonna fucking start muting you, bro. Anyways,
Can I?
yeah, that's because he's overdoing it, guys. Don't worry.
I haven't slept in days.
Wait, can you explain that? Why you haven't slept?
I can't explain it. It's just too. It's because I got too much shit going on, and I get insomnia
From too much work?
from work and
Stress.
Stress, definitely, bro. Because it's the restaurant opening, fixing shit.
It's just a tedious one after another. But it's all right.
But are things moving along now?
Yeah, they are.
Can we see a light at the end of the tunnel?
Absolutely.
Mid-November.
Before.
I'm gonna say
There's you know
mid-November.
what? I want to ask you something. I had this. I was wondering whether or not to bring. Okay, I had this argument with a buddy of mine
Okay.
who was in the place. You know how next door I have the space for rent?
Yeah.
I was trying to make the case that it's, you know, when you're renting a reception hall, basement, like the small for someone's baptism.
Yeah.
Okay, how much does that go? That goes for a couple $100, okay?
Depends, yeah.
Or, okay, that versus wanting the private room in the back of a restaurant. Or let's say you're in a band and you need to rent a rehearsal studio.
Okay.
What do those go for? Those go for $20 an hour, $30 an hour, $40 an hour, right? Stuff
No, it
like
depends.
that. Or dance studios, or okay.
Well, it depends on what you're doing there and what comes with the
I'm
place.
saying I wonder if today, because of this alternate reality we're in this other dimension, this pandemic, okay, will a new thing you could sell? Basically, I rent that room to you. You're 10 people, COVID safe, guaranteed disinfected. The waiter comes in just for you, doesn't go to the rest of the restaurant. You have the vibe of a restaurant by yourself.
I'm going to say something right now because I feel like choking you. You just described a restaurant, which you already have,
Right.
with COVID guidelines. But the problem is what you're saying can't work because there's a limit to how many people can go in the restaurant as is. So a smaller room, right? You can't, it's just like the bordel.
What I'm saying
the
is-
smaller the room, the less people can be in there, regardless of the number that's permitted, because you can't have the distance.
Yeah.
But as families, how big are people's living rooms?
It doesn't matter. The law doesn't stipulate that. You can have 15 kids if they're your kids in your family, but those same 15 people can't come to your restaurant.
How many people could go in a restaurant at the same time, and it has to be 2 meters?
Right
between
now,
each of
none.
them?
Right now, none.
No, I'm
now,
not saying
they're
now. I'm
locked down.
talking about like where we're headed.
Well,
I'm saying today.
it depends on how big. So it depends on
in
the
the
maximum.
future, let's say we're in we turn into that fucking.
Okay, I'm telling you. There's a max capacity based on the size of the restaurant,
But
right?
we don't know that.
Yeah, we do. That's
We
what
don't
they
know
were doing
the
right
future
before
holds.
this.
I'm talking about the future of a year, 2 years.
But that's
3
what I'm
years.
telling you. It's either it goes back to normal or it continues the way it's going with the stores open, which means that there's a limit. The limit, even if it's 30% capacity, that's one. So if right now your capacity is 80 people, you can have 30% of that. But then the other stipulation is the distance between people, right? So
Okay.
now if your restaurant's too small and you can't keep the proper distance.
I'm going to try to explain it something. Please try to bear with me for a second. I'm going to really try to
I will.
try to use my brain muscles that I don't have. Let's just see a gray area. Okay,
Shelkad, if they're from the same house, they can be together anyways. They cannot in the restaurant. It doesn't matter what house you're from. The restaurant. No. I'm just talking to him for a second.
All right.
Right now, the rules are that you can't go in the restaurant as is.
Yeah,
it's only takeout.
they're all closed.
Even before that happened, the rule with the max capacity, they wouldn't ask you what house you're from. They wouldn't be like, there's only 50 people here. And you're like, well, we're 30 from the same house. It's like, okay, that counts as one. Well, no, you're still 30 fucking people. It doesn't matter. Anyways, go on.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is, you know how disinfectant shit went up in sales?
Yeah.
It seems like the pandemic since then, people have been more into, I don't know, scrubbing or something. Or cleaning them. Basically, the whole disinfectant vibe, the whole cleanliness vibe.
Like
it's
here with the
it's
wipes.
like it became in our daily lives that was never there before. But suddenly, the wiping of hands. I bet you paper towel sales went up. Anything.
You don't have to bet. We're well aware.
Okay, so I'm asking this question. Forget the rules, what they are today.
Yeah.
Will the trend, the vibe of people where you're selling this entire room in a nice place with the ambiance and the food together, because nostalgia, there's people that haven't gone out in a restaurant party Saturday night getting drunk setting in 18 months, 10, 8, whatever the fucking months it is, okay? So will we be able to sell? Let's say it's the people that are prone to it, older people, it's grandma's birthday. Will you be able to sell the time, the hour blocks in a guaranteed disinfected, I'm Anthony Fauci and I approve this commercial.
Right.
Certification. That. Will you be able to sell that
again
in the future? I'm asking. I don't know.
But you're saying to sell a fake restaurant experience.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm selling you that room.
Yeah. What's in the room? What's special about the room?
It's guaranteed no COVID or It's guaranteed.
I don't know how you guarantee that,
or something like that.
But I know. But what I'm saying is every place, if you want to let people in, has to be doing that, or else no place would be open. Is what I'm saying. So you wouldn't have anything special. Like they technically speaking, they should be able to go to Sapori. If they're allowed to go into Sapori or into McDonald's.
Separate entrance. Like literally,
But I'm saying, why would they rent it? What's special about that spot? Why would they rent it as opposed to going to Sapori?
Well, I'm providing all the food the restaurant is in the setting. You know how?
What I'm saying is, what's the difference between the restaurant and the restaurant next door?
What's the difference, bro? I can make spaghetti at home. What the fuck do I have to go to a restaurant for?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
that. Think about it.
If you have two entrances, is that all? What I'm saying is, why would they pay for one as opposed to the other? That's what I'm asking. What's the difference? What's the selling point?
Yeah.
In the other, you have risk of walking into someone else, public people.
Okay.
Because people are coming in and out, takeout. This room comes to you like when you go to a hotel for the first time and you take the sticker off the toilet paper. You're the first person to touch it. So that room comes in like grandma who hasn't been fucking well.
Yeah.
Her birthday, bring her here, guaranteed.
So the staff only works on one side and on one side.
The waiter and the chef
only works on that side.
For them.
So they will never go to the other side.
Never.
Okay. Well, in your case, how would that be possible since there's one kitchen?
There's not really one kitchen. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's ways.
I don't know. They might.
That's what I'm asking.
But then again, you know what happened? It goes back to the limits of how many people are allowed in, because it might not be worth renting if the max capacity allows for 3 people.
Let's be leisurely. Let's be lenient with it. Let's see where that's what I've been exploring. So I'm asking. Because then that's what I'm saying. Is like
then I'm saying if we're being leisurely about it and they let them, that means that the threat has gone down. Then nobody would need to do that because they could just walk in normally.
But the trend is still there. Like it's already planted. The chip is planted.
No. People, I'll tell you right now, people do not crave to live in this for much longer.
But people are, you know what they're craving? Nostalgia.
Exactly, but this is not nostalgia. Nobody is going to look back at this fondly.
Yeah, this
Nobody's
is not gonna last.
But I remember when
in 10 years, if this is fixed, no one's going to be like,
But I
bro,
guarantee
you
you-
want to go into a place where we
People
have to
will
wear masks and we can't stay close to each
It's
other.
probably gonna be like a Halloween thing where they,
Yeah.
but not.
But people will Perel more.
Nah.
Good. You know what?
They would
Good.
still.
Good. You know why? Because sometimes you touch shit you don't know. It's good that they have those available. Why not?
How many more teachers are going to get decapitated?
I don't know,
Wait,
Guido,
what?
man.
What does that have to do with anything?
No, it is something he's bringing up about changes. I don't know. That's fucked up. But I don't know. I understand the nostalgia part, but not nostalgia
I
for
went
this
off on a
reality.
thing. Sorry, I mean,
But no, but
'cause I was
not-
trying to really explain it.
No, but not nostalgia for this. Like if you're telling me my room is 80s themed or whatever, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Then yeah, for sure, people are gonna want to do an 80s theme thing, but don't tie it into the pandemic because
I'm just saying, see where it goes.
'Cause what I'm saying
what
is-
if it goes worse?
that's what I'm saying. If it goes worse, then that doesn't exist.
You know what
then
I mean?
they won't let
So
anyone
that's
in.
it. I'm just saying,
Right now, well,
it can go anywhere.
No, but right now, think about it. Right now, you're not allowed to be inside a restaurant.
Right.
So if it goes worse than this,
Yeah.
then you're not even allowed to do takeout. So this plan is
Yeah.
moot. But what I'm saying is, if it gets to the point where we're allowed to go back in stores, then obviously every theme is amazing. 80s theme, 90s theme, Nona's theme,
No,
themes
but
are
what
good.
if they find out that the only people that will okay, so we have this Procter and Gamble virus thing,
Vaccine, yeah.
but the only problem is it works for everybody except 72-year-olds.
Yeah, the danger group. I think if it doesn't work for
The
the
danger field.
if it doesn't work for the 70-year-olds, I think the vaccine is useless
Yeah.
because that's who's in danger, right?
Yeah,
So
basically.
even if we all get vaccinated, but still the people who are in danger, we're still going to kill them.
But even then, though, the chances that they survive the virus is 94 point something %.
Yeah, it's high.
Reminds me of what I was trying to say about if ever people will tolerate
Yeah,
me and him watching a movie at the same time.
never.
If ever Jess has someone else to invite, I would be something like where I'm showing him stuff that is second nature to somebody my age or your age that he hasn't a clue. What was it yesterday that I said? And you don't know?
Well, the
I said
intellectuals.
I said the A-team?
the Ferrari. The Ferrari.
Bro, okay. But is this a Poseidon thing or is it a generational thing?
He doesn't know what a Ferrari is.
Okay,
No,
I
I
showed
know.
him a poster. I showed him a poster of Michael Schumacher.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, the car
Yeah.
going around the lap. A beautiful shot.
Okay.
It says it's signed by him. I show him this poster. He didn't know who Michael Schumacher was.
Well, listen. Yeah, a lot of people know who Michael Schumacher is, but he's not into races.
Right, that's what I mean. Is it a Poseidon thing or is it a generational thing?
That's a Poseidon thing. He's very misinformed. So that's
Because
not.
I mean, if people know who,
But even
it's
a
like
generational
Mike Tyson. You know he was a
no,
champion.
I know who Mike
no.
Tyson
Mike
is.
Tyson is different because
Michael
it's,
Schumacher's the
a
how
lot-
many champs? 7, 8.
I know who he is,
Greatest
but
of all time in racing.
I know who he is, but I don't like racing either.
But you know who the Pele of the sport is?
Yeah, but
He's one of them. Would he know that?
But
Or-
it's by coincidence that I know. I mean, he
Okay.
doesn't know. He barely understood who the Power Rangers were. He missed out on a lot of stuff.
yeah, but
Yeah.
dude, Formula One is in Montreal.
He doesn't care.
Like,
I don't
this
care about
is
Formula
why-
One.
I
don't
know,
care
but
about-
it's in your city.
I don't care about it. So the
I
Grand
don't
Prix
care
here.
about it either. I'm just anyway. Okay, so it was. Okay.
Yeah, like the names I know is the names that were beat into my head because they were here, like Jacques
Okay.
Villeneuve and stuff like
How
that.
about okay, let me throw another one at you. What's something Point Break.
That rings a bell.
Gary Busey.
You don't know who Gary Busey is?
No.
You're gonna turn into Gary Busey. When are you gonna get started with the intellectuals? Because
Yes.
you keep postponing.
Intellectually, it's more of a technical thing. I gotta ask you. You're a busy fucking guy. What
I
are we
know,
gonna
but
do?
I said
what
I'm-
time? This week.
Well,
Let's go.
you have to pick a day where you guys want to record, and I'm gonna put that just for you guys, and we'll do it every fucking week. That'll be your day. I'll produce your show.
How about half an hour from the end of this show? Go downstairs, have a cigarette, come back up, boom.
Like at the end of the show. I got stuff to do right after. So no, it would have to be later, like maybe 7:30 every Sunday night.
No, like literally, let's go down, have a cigarette, come back, record.
Well, if you want, you could do that today and record it yourselves, but I'm not going to be here.
Maybe.
But yeah, because you're producing it, right?
Yeah. So, but I wanted to be able to produce it.
Yeah. So
But if you want, you could
have-
record the first episode
Okay, so
yourselves.
let's do the idiots.
You
We'll
could do-
record
you
and
could do-
we'll forget to put in the cassette, bro.
No, you could do the
Bro,
first
if I
episode
record a
yourself.
show,
if you
I'm
want.
gonna
But
record it on
what would be
cassette,
the best
make
day?
it-
Let's say a Monday.
No, he just said today, like Sundays.
Sundays. You like Sundays?
Sunday, what a black day. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
But let's say you reopen the restaurant. right?
Yeah,
Let's-
I'm
hold
trying
on.
to
Let's
think.
say you reopen the restaurant.
Monday has to be Monday.
Monday,
There you
yeah?
go.
Monday.
Afternoon?
Monday daytimes.
Okay, that's easy.
There you go.
Monday daytimes.
There you go. Look at you, buddy.
Because
Monday's my
Sunday's
Saturday.
a busy day also. Like
Restaurant,
with your
yeah,
real-
no.
There you go.
Monday's my Saturday.
Yeah. So Monday is perfect.
Yeah. So, Guids, how you feeling in general? Though, you feeling overwhelmed, or you got this?
No, that's why I came. I told myself I can handle and not go to pieces.
No, I mean, the tough stuff you already got, like the initial stuff that you were
don't
doing
know,
in there.
like they don't even know the half of it. I don't even know. There's some things you don't even know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but it's amazing how resilient and
Humans are fucking surprisingly resilient. Yeah.
like things aren't as bad as you might think, but there was also like, oh fuck, wow, we could take a fucking beating. I'm in two industries that took the biggest beating, you know,
Yeah, financially.
and we took that for granted. You know, I don't want to fucking. But it used to be like, oh fuck, $500. Tomorrow I'll get $500.
Oh, dude.
I'll get $1,000 tomorrow. Someone will call me for I'll go do. You know, it used to really. Hey, things were good, bro.
No, but now comedy that really fucked me now. Big
We
time.
had a show, dude. March 3rd. I still have a poster. Hey, you know what?
I think
You
they're in
should
my
give
trunk.
that as a Patreon. I have a couple of those left. The show that never happened, the pandemic show, the last time fucking big money, the Southern Boys posters.
Yeah.
Give that as a Patreon.
Oh, does the Southern Boys still exist? You guys aren't doing that anymore.
The reason, I don't know. And the last time I spoke to Massimo,
Yeah.
we haven't spoke. There's no thing, but we haven't spoken. I want it to be like the first time we ever talk to be on the show. I'll call him from like alive. I'll be like, what's
Well,
up?
you guys can do
We'll
a
put him on
live.
air.
I can get you.
I'll put him on air.
I can get you the studio next door. You can Skype him in. You guys
Yeah.
can do it from there.
But one of the reasons we couldn't do it
It's because he left.
is because he didn't want to Zoom episodes. He
I
likes
get
the
him.
vibe of the same, and I agree with
I'm
him.
with him. I'm with
I
him
agree with him.
100%.
And that's why Hollywood Babylon, the Kevin Smith one, and
Yeah.
he's like the godfather of podcasts. That's why it's not happening as much. They're just doing some Batman shit because they need the audience for what they want to do.
Dude, speaking of Batman shit, I heard something about. So, there's the new Batman with that vampire kid.
I think
Oh,
he's
yeah,
going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
good.
DC is doing the multiverse thing. So,
They're doing it right.
more Batmans. It's not going to be him. Ben Affleck's
Oh,
coming back as
shit.
Batman. Michael Keaton's Batman's going to be around because it's different
It's
universes.
their version
so what they're saying is,
of their Marvel universe. They're doing it right, maybe, instead of, okay.
I don't know if they're doing it right or wrong. I think it'll
Sounds
work
great.
because what they're doing is it's not, we're
Yeah.
all the stuff that you've seen, the reboots. Now they're going to be like, no, they're not reboots. They're different universes. They all exist in their own
like
universes.
the
So
Scarlet
there's gonna be
Spider-Man.
like multiple Jokers and multiple
multiple everything.
Batmobiles.
I think they're gonna do a
multiple-
Flashpoint type of thing where they're gonna have like a crazy villain where they're gonna have to get the Batmans from all different.
To come in at the same
oh,
time.
that'll be so cool.
To,
And
Michael,
then
you know
they're-
how many people will lose their mind when they see old man Michael Keaton Batman?
They should do that, and they should do like different Superman.
Plus, they'll make him young
Yeah,
Irishman.
Christopher Reed, he comes in, but a fucking horse hits him, and he's
Did you
and
see
you're like,
that?
we're down one Superman.
Did you see that video that the guy did? I'm sure you saw it because you were in the business for a while.
Old
Where
in
the
the
guy,
Bills
the
news.
guy made it's a fan film. It's the Hulk CGI against Christopher Reeve CGI, but it's Hulk
Oh,
of
I
today.
did see that. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
done
yeah,
very
yeah.
well.
It was done well
It's
for the
part
time,
one,
yeah.
Like every 3 years, the guy puts it on YouTube. Like most recently, like maybe a year ago, but it's actually Christopher Reeve with the special effects of today.
Yeah.
But he is, when I think of him as Superman, like I think of Robert Powell. Like when I pray to Jesus, I pray to the image of Robert Powell, the actor of Jesus of Nazareth.
For the record, yeah, Batman Beyond 2 apparently is part of the universe, but for the record, Gabe says apparently Rob Pattinson, the vampire boy who's playing the new Batman, hasn't been working out apparently. Like they cast him in it, but apparently the stuff they're filming with him hasn't been going too well.
But I know where they went marketing wise. The guy's known for bats, vampire, bat, darkness, so it works.
He's going for that.
Guido, so someone's
he's-
calling in for you, bro.
Who's that?
Someone's calling in for you live right now on the show. Jess, can you hear us?
Hey, Gavin.
Jess?
How's it going? How's the pandemic?
I don't know if she can hear us.
Hey, I'm taking you to Hungry Jack's.
Oh, there you go, Jess. We hear you. We're good.
Jess, I'm gonna talk to you like when you're
All the way from Australia,
when
so
my
we don't
mo-
have a good connection.
when my mother's on the phone with somebody calls from Italy. Pronto!
People are fucking listening to this. Some people have their fucking headphones on, right? You
They're
asshole.
screaming because they don't realize.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah, you could have said that without actually
I know,
yelling into the
but
microphone.
that was the point. I wanted to pop the mic. Hey, Jess, how are you?
Good.
So, Jess, what are you calling in for? You got a question for the
All right,
Guides?
see you later.
Oh, but Nikki and I miss you.
Oh, cool. When did
Oh
you
God,
see her?
I keep forgetting that you have an accent from Australia.
When did
It's
you see her
hilarious.
last?
I saw her Friday night.
Where was she?
She was performing at a German
Scheiser convention.
event. Yeah.
Okay, outdoors. Because I saw her. I went to that place she performs at. It's like a rock and roll type bar. A lot of beer spillage. That's
Yeah.
where Dude, Perth is cool. Perth is like the Vancouver of Australia, but it's more. But the vibe of it is more like here.
In all honesty, I do hear good things about Australia.
Oh fuck, bro! It's the only. It reminds me more of here than the States does. Like I feel. I don't get fear of missing out from the rest of the planet feeling.
What do you mean?
Like you're on the other side of the planet. The closest thing to you is Fiji. Like you're on.
Is Fiji so bad, bro? Apparently they have the good water.
Oh yeah, it's true.
It's artesian, bro. What does that even mean? You know what that
artesian.
means? Apparently they bottle it underwater. So are the fires still happening in Perth?
Hold on.
Are the fires still happening
Hold on
in
a
Perth,
second.
or did the pandemic put out the fires too?
Oh yeah, Trey Cool is asking Jess in your accent if you could say cunt.
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 Yeah,
It's a
you
sign
can
of
hear it.
affection over there. Like, come over here.
Yeah, in
fucking
England,
cunt.
too.
Hey, fucking go, man.
Yeah.
Come in here, fucking cunt. Come here.
It's like the show The Boys.
A Quebecer and an Australian is even more similar than an American and a Quebecer.
Because they both hate you.
No, but they all eat tourtière. Jess, what is the go-to most famous snack that people eat in Australia? What is the most Australian
Vegemite.
snack besides Vegemite and besides cherry ripe? What is the other most Australian snack?
Kangaroo smoothie.
Here, she'll tell you. Go.
Tim Tams.
Okay, those are cookies. Those are fudgios.
What are they
Those
called,
are
tin cans?
Australian fudgios.
They're
No,
called tin
I'm
cans?
saying meat pie. Yes or no? Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Tourtière. It tastes exactly like tourtière, and you put
What is that? Shepherd's pie?
tourtière, the Quebecer meat pie that we have that we put ketchup on.
Yeah, I've never had
shepherd's
that.
pie.
Is
but
that
it's
shepherd's
I'm
pie?
saying
Shepherd's
it's the
pie,
most
yeah.
Quebecer
Okay,
thing,
so
right?
shepherd's pie, yeah.
But that's not shepherd's pie.
He just said it was shepherd's pie.
Don't listen to
The thing
him,
that you put ketchup.
Between
you
the
said.
two of you, I don't know who I should listen to.
bro. Picture an apple pie.
Okay.
The way it looks, right on the
Oh, I know
windowsill,
what you're talking
and
about.
inside there's hamburger. Fuck.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's basically a pie, but it's hashed meat inside.
Yes, you've seen it. Fucking
It's a hash
shit.
pie.
Yeah.
You ever gone to Cabana Sucre?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
But I was
Take
eating.
meat sauce. Take
so
meat
that
sauce.
fucking thing. Jesus
Take meat
Christ! You don't
sauce.
know what a tortilla
Hold on.
is.
I don't know what the
Take-
fuck a tortilla is,
take
bro.
meat-
That's what's flipping you out here.
Basically, take meat sauce.
Yeah.
Okay. Remove the sauce. Take just
Okay,
the
okay,
meat.
okay.
Put it in the pie. That's
It's
it.
a pie. Instead of apples inside, it's bolognese. That's it.
All right.
And then shepherd's pie is also Australian. The point is,
We stole that from the Aussies.
the
do we
Australian,
do
the same criminals that went to build Quebec are the same criminals that went out. It's just the vibe. I'm telling you, like French Canadian comedy and Australian comedy, the shitting on themselves, the punchlines are the same. Like the evolution happened at the same time. I know this because my cousins.
Yeah, the chat is freaking out because I don't know what tortilla is.
Okay, are they on my side for once?
No, they're not. It's just they just can't believe like he really
Yeah.
doesn't know what it is. I don't know. I never had that.
But you've seen it, like you've walked
they
by
have
it.
it at.
I mean, I've walked by. Why? There's a giant tortilla in the street.
They have
Okay,
it at
when
Metro.
you're
St.
at the,
Hubert has
when you're
those,
looking in the
chicken
frozen
pies.
section of where you
Yeah.
get your frozen hamburgers.
I don't get frozen
It
hamburgers.
doesn't get
Okay,
frozen hamburgers.
do you ever look in the Eggo waffle section?
I know what that section is.
So
yeah.
next to it, there's usually a package
From St.
of-
Hubert usually.
So if you show it to me, I've probably seen it.
Bro, do you know what an apple pie burnt beautiful, like in the TV commercials, looks like?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you got the image.
Okay.
though.
I know
It
what a
looks
fucking
like-
pie looks like, dickhead. I'm just saying I never had this pie. I never had this pie.
Fucking Guides.
Yeah, I'm just saying I never had that pie.
You ever
But
have
you're
a-
saying Australians and Quebecers both like that pie. So now, you know what's going to happen? Now I'm going to get all kinds of fucking people from the chat mailing me goddamn tortillas so I could fucking
Bro,
try it.
you know what? It's fucking delicious.
I don't mind. Fucking tell me.
Okay, okay.
A
How
lot of
about that? Have you
sodium,
ever
bro.
had
A lot of sodium. That's
you-
the frozen ones. Everything in that section has sodium. That's not the
Oh,
pie's fault.
I think even
That's
the,
another thing I got to do is the frozen pizza.
The frozen
that's
pizzas
not-
have a lot of
It's-
sodium,
but
bro.
it's
A
not
lot
a
of
bad
No,
idea.
I'm saying
It's
I'm
not
saying there's so
for-
much
for the
many out
restaurant.
there. Yeah.
For the restaurant, it's not a bad idea because
See, Olga's offering tortilla to bring me for Christmas. I knew it was going to lead to many free tortillas.
It's wonderful.
Is there any turtle in it?
I'm sure you can have it if you want.
don't
if
want
you know
that.
a couple
Oh,
of
they have
some
as a delicacy.
guy
They have
smuggled,
turtle in Cuba.
some guy,
Hold on. Mental Funeral jumping in with the save. Mental Funeral says that's not tortillere though. It's just meat pie. So what the fuck is tortillere?
No, he's saying
Tourtière, maybe.
tourtière. The real tourtière is like I said, like ratatouille. He's saying it's like it should be a stew.
Okay, I
basically.
want to know just what it is. It doesn't mean I'm
Jesus
going to like it
fucking
or not
Christ.
like it. What is it supposed to be?
You can't even
Hold on
find
a
out
second.
where
Hold on,
pâté
hold on.
chinois, the name pâté chinois for shepherd's pie, they don't even know the origin of it.
Okay.
Why it's called pâté chinois? There's 3 different stories.
Pâté
I know
chinois,
the origin.
Chinese
I know-
pâté.
I know the origin of that.
No, that you know.
Say
that
China.
you know.
I know the origin.
That you know.
What
I
is
heard
it?
it. It was when the Chinamen they used to work on the
Chinamen.
on the train tracks. That was the
That's
cheapest
one
thing.
theory.
Okay.
That was the cheapest
That's a
food to
theory.
make in large quantities, and that's what they would give.
So they would feed because why would
it's
you
pâté-
associate China
pâté-
with something from Scotland?
What? Because they'd make it here to give to the Chinese workers.
Acasthesia is saying that tortillere is basically a Quebec meat pie.
That's correct. That's what I said. And it's exactly if you type in.
I have never
Google
had
image
meat
Australia-
pie,
The
for
only
the
meat
record.
pies
Exactly the
I've
same.
had is Jamaican patties.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's a meat
those
pie.
are
You know what? It tastes like that, but not the spicy one. The
In
one that
high
doesn't
school,
have
I
spice.
prefer the
in
That's
high-
Jamaican patty.
exactly
In
what
high
the
school, I've
fucking
had
pie-
Jamaican patties,
Bro,
but I've never had
perfect.
shepherd's pie. I've
Thank
never
you
had.
very much. There you go. You want to know what it tastes like? That's what it tastes like.
So the Quebec
Yeah, we can get it. We could go.
Jamaican patties. Okay, I know what
Tastes like a
Jamaican
Jamaican
patties.
patty, but not
Cálmate,
black.
señor.
You can't, no black. I like
What?
how he says it
What?
Spanish because Jamaicans are black.
Starting the race war early.
Sidney Poitier from.
Oh, Marie Renee explained somewhere on top. Let me scroll up.
So I want to show you movies that like things that.
We'll talk about them. We'll talk about them on our show. So Monday, what time? What
Okay,
time
that
on
makes more
Mondays?
sense, Marie.
What time on Mondays?
Extinct birds.
I don't know. Let's go by feeling.
In the daytime,
feeling.
probably like around 2 o'clock, some shit.
Yeah, around 2:00 is a good time.
I feel good. We gotta come in. We gotta chill first.
Yeah. So come in at 1.
No,
chill,
it's too early. Coming in.
Come in at
1:30.
1:30, jerk each other off, and then when you're ready, you start the show.
No, it has to be. It has to be when I feel right.
Well, also, what time do you wake up?
Let's watch 9.5 weeks.
Jesus Christ, bro! Focus.
What was that again?
It's the reason why in France Mickey Rourke is an icon.
So
Mickey Rourke-
Shuck and
Hold on, we're talking
it's
about
but for the
Kim
record, so we had Marie Renee who wrote it, and Shelkad wrote that tortillere. The reason why it's a meat pie, but it used to be made with tourt. It was a bird that is now extinct.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So is
because
the
of
subject
Quebecois,
matter
it's
of the
extinct.
tortillere.
So you can't have the original tortillere anymore because that bird doesn't exist. Why? Because everybody made fucking pies out of it.
Okay, but to my point that when I say, like, I'm not just saying it randomly. Like, I've actually thought of it. Like the Australian type, like the mentality are the same people. I've actually thought. I'm not just saying it like.
Can I tell you what I've noticed in my many travels and discuss? Most people are pretty fucking similar, dude. Most people,
But in specific, I'm
there's
being
some cultural
specific,
differences, but
yes.
mostly you'll notice something. You'll go somewhere and you're like, oh fuck, you
But
do
I'm
that
saying
too,
people's
and they're like, what do you mean we do it
assumption-
too? And then
A lot of the times, assumption is stronger than what it really is.
that's what I'm saying.
So
they're people in general are pretty goddamn similar.
Like,
You just do something really similar to someone without knowing it with the best of abilities of what you have around you. So for example, the Tourtois, right? They were doing the same similar thing, let's say that the Australians were eating, but they were using a bird that's only found here until they killed it. You see what I'm saying? So you're doing similar things without even knowing. People are very similar, is what I'm trying to say.
the Aboriginal people in Australia and the
Samoans.
indigenous people, the indigenous people in Australia and the indigenous people here,
yeah.
worlds apart. But somehow, socially, economically, historically, very similar.
That is a fucking racist thing.
Isn't that weird?
He's like,
That's
look,
what I mean.
The
So-
natives here, the natives
No,
there,
no.
both mistreated.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm
Second,
hearing, I hear
sometimes
stuff-
third-class citizens.
You know-
Okay,
you
the
know what that
negative
means?
shit I've heard here
You know what that
about
means?
hearing a Quebecer say, when I see les Indiens pay pas le taxes,
Yeah.
I hear there.
Yeah,
What
no
I'm saying
shit.
is, so mate, they don't want to fucking work, mate. They just fucking want to free for all. They're all fucking
You know what-
idiots,
Yeah,
mate.
no
They
shit.
don't wanna
You know
work.
what all
They
this
get
means to
drunk,
me?
and that's what's weird. But the indigenous people, their DNA has only been drinking alcohol for 400 years, ever. Whereas our European DNA has been drinking alcohol for 3,000 years.
5,000.
Oh, you lowered me and put me loud again?
5,000.
I lowered you and put you
5,000.
loud. What the fuck are you
I
talking
just
about?
hear myself more.
That's you.
It's 'cause you're yelling.
You're
Yeah.
backing. You're
Yeah.
doing this.
But
Yeah.
so the
like you're about
indigenous.
to suck the mic.
Fucking tell him, Poseidon. Even you're pissing him off, and he's a buffoon.
Anyways, I was gonna say my theory about Australia. You know what that means to me? Australia doesn't exist.
I could
NASA
die in
lied to us.
Australia. That's what
fuck.
I'm saying. I could die in Australia. I love that country so much.
How come you never actually thought of taking the plunge and moving there?
I just thought of it now. See you later.
Would you go move to Australia? Why not? If like,
Sure. I could live in Australia.
have you tried their pizza?
Yeah, my buddy there.
Is it better than yours?
No, absolutely not.
So then there you go. There's a business right there.
Okay,
No,
but
but
hold
I
on.
would go
Focus.
there, I
Wait,
don't-
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. We were talking about the time.
Hold on. Let me just continue
The time
running.
for the
I'm going to
intellectuals.
continue running on my wheel. Okay, go.
Oh,
I'm
Poseidon.
gonna throw you. I'm gonna throw you off
they
the
run like
balcony.
this after.
Guido, I'm gonna throw you off the balcony. You're
Guido,
making a mess.
I'm not good.
What movie did they throw off a balcony? No, in Commando, it was off the cliff.
I'm sorry, Poseidon. Go on.
Feel you
Poseidon's losing his shit. Go
The
on.
time. The time.
Okay, don't scream
I'm
in
not
the
going
fucking microphone.
to
bro.
commit to the time right now. You know why? Because I don't lie.
Okay.
So why would I tell you it's at 3:00 if
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
If you're
Yes.
saying the time of the
'Cause you
show is
started
at
with a
3
time and he
right.
never
The reason
finished it.
I deliberately didn't answer that because if I now commit to doing it at 3:00
And then he
Monday,
doesn't show up?
and then Monday at
Yeah.
2:00 I'm in a bad mood and I have something to do, and then I have to come stressed at 3. I don't want to risk that.
Okay, I have a question.
So I have to go organically. I mean it. It's not diva. It's gay.
It's super diva, and
it's-
you
it's-
can't.
Isn't that the same thing?
So can I give you a lesson that I gave him? You can't move forward. You can't create a successful podcast in that if you can't commit to some simple things.
That's how winning is done.
But the simplest
Cowards
thing,
do that, and that ain't
Yeah.
you. You're better than that.
the simplest thing would be to commit to a time where you guys know you're gonna meet up, bro. Do you do that? You're like, I'm gonna take this girl on a date,
I'm always gonna
and then
love
the
you no
day
matter
of,
what.
you're like, it's tentative. We'll see how I feel at 7 p.m. Like that's crazy. You have to commit to certain
You
stuff.
used to fit right here. No, we are committing to Monday.
Okay,
I'm
there
just
we go.
telling you.
Monday for
I'm
now.
not sure if it's 3:00, 4:00, or 5:00. Let me get back to you in 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
So we'll-
that's an
But
answer
later
I
on
like
in
it.
the day, I thought I said that before. Later on
didn't.
in the day
better?
Is better because of office hour shit.
Okay. Yeah, you handle the business.
Office hour shit. Ordering shit.
That's
yeah.
done.
So, but
I'm with you. I'm. This to me is very
But
reasonable.
it could be that 3:00 or 4:00 works. Depends on what
that's fine.
happens in the morning.
That's 100% fine as
That's
long
it.
as he knows.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. So you'll be telling him on a weekly basis the day before what to expect?
No. No. If we decide that the intellectual show is every
Monday,
Monday
at
at
5.
5, 4,
It's gonna
7,
always happen.
It's always gonna happen.
Okay, I like that.
Perfect.
I like
I'm
that.
just saying.
There you go.
Why do I have to commit to that? What if it's at 3:00 and then every Monday 3:00 I'm fucked? But we told the world it's 3:00.
Oh, you don't have to tell the world. Don't worry about the world. I'll handle the world. You guys just get together and I'll handle the
A
rest.
whole new world.
I'll handle that.
Here's something interesting about Francis Ford Coppola.
I didn't ask.
The movie Dracula, Bram Stoker's
I
Dracula.
remember that.
Right when a lot of he decided to, he changed the Dracula in a tuxedo with the slicked hair that everyone was used
Yeah.
to making it look long robes like
Yeah, with the white hair, yeah.
Now, but he decided because the whole industry was going into computers and special effects. He goes, because I know we're not going to use this anymore, I'm going to use practical effects.
Okay.
So it's one of the last times you see in a movie where the train is going and she's arriving to the place and you see the castle and it's little cutouts and
Yeah.
practical effects. Like he did. You want to see that movie and see the last time, one of the few times people used camera here for instead of
That
any-
movie still, I haven't seen in a while, but I feel like I don't want to watch it because that movie actually gives me
Like
the heebie-jeebies.
even the
creeps.
war, like the war when they're fighting with the swords. You know how
Yeah,
they did
it's
that?
creepy.
They did that with puppets, but it worked. Like he did it. He's such a good filmmaker that people forget. Or like the movie
Wait, Francis Ford Coppola?
did Bram Stoker's Dracula.
didn't know that.
And the only reason he did Bram Stoker's Dracula, listen to how interesting this is. Winona Ryder was the new It thing.
Yeah.
She gets cast as Mary Corleone in Godfather Part 3.
Okay, I
the
know
movie is almost carried by her. Then all that shit happened with that movie. It was a Mario Puzo and Francis Ford Coppola got so much money they couldn't say no movie. They didn't really want to do it, but they did it because the money was too great. But so now Winona Ryder ends up collapsing or having a nervous breakdown, can't do the movie.
Oh, shit.
Here's a girl, you're in the Star Wars of mafia movies.
Yeah. And then she was in the Star Wars of Star Wars.
Here's your opportunity
Oh, no, that was Natalie Portman.
to be in the biggest, you're playing the Vito Corleone's daughter, and she can't do it. She felt so bad that she contacted Francis Ford Coppola because she stiffed him because she was supposed to be in the movie. That like she literally contract signed. She said, "Look, I'm doing these things. She called him for an apology, and during that apology conversation, she was like, "I have this, I have that. Do you want to do it?" He goes, "Yeah, Dracula." He found it intriguing because the Dracula story was a love story that no matter how much they keep dying, this soul needs that soul. It was that fucked with his thing. And then Keanu Reeves sucked in it. But the movie was really and it was the first movie that Anthony Hopkins did after he won the Oscar of Silence of the Lambs. Played Van Helsing.
Oh, it's I didn't know that.
And Gary Oldman, nobody knew who he was. I mean, everyone did know who he was, but in America, and Gary Oldman is
a chameleon. He's
Commissioner
Hollywood's chameleon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's better. He's Daniel Day-Lewis good.
You know that I didn't know he was Dracula till years later. That's how good.
He's Daniel Day-Lewis good. He's at that point.
He is a real actor. He's a real chameleon. He takes a role on, and he's like, okay, I'm 100% this fucking guy right now. Same thing with when I was teaching him about True Romance.
Yeah.
When he played Drexler.
Yeah. Anybody else does that comes across as racist. He's such a good actor.
Toss me to Boyna.
You know who else is that good? Viggo Mortensen. Viggo Mortensen does a movie.
But I feel like it's always Viggo Mortensen.
No, he was playing an Italian in the Bronx.
History of Violence, that guy, right?
Yeah, but did you see him in the one now where he drove around each one that Sebastian Maniscalco's in? The one now, that one Oscar movie where Viggo Mortensen is driving the guy that won an Oscar, Best Supporting Actor Oscar. He won last year and this year, the black guy. He won 2 years in a row. This actor.
Oh, the one where the book, the one where he's driving.
Yeah.
I never seen it. No, the Green Book or some shit.
The Green Book. Believe me, listen to his accent in that movie.
It's great. Really?
It's you believe him. It's not an actor doing that accent. It's like him as picture Carlito's Way casting.
Yeah.
Picture the casting director of Carlito's Way telling the director the 5 best people he has for the role. Here's a big Latin movie, fucking Scarface #2, Al Pacino, everybody's fucking Latino. Say, listen, for the guy that was his old friend that fucked him over that's wearing a wire, how about this German guy pretending he's Spanish? That's how good Viggo Mortensen is.
Okay.
As Lali. I shit my pants every day, man. You ever see that, Lali? It wasn't turned on.
No, I haven't seen it.
Dude, he hasn't seen anything.
Lali in Carlito's Way is one of the greatest scenes.
He's never seen Carlito's Way.
It rings a bell, though.
It's Al Pacino
Because
with
you've
a
heard
beard.
him talk about it, but you never watched it.
Al Pacino with a beard. You know what's another old school movie that you haven't seen in a long time? True Romance.
What the fuck are you talking about? I just told you. I just talked about True Romance.
I mean State of Grace.
Oh.
I said True Romance. I meant State of Grace, Sean Penn, Robin Wright Penn, Ed Harris, Gary Oldman,
Yeah.
Tom C. Reilly. It's 1987, John Turturro. It's one of the first forays into New York City, Hell's Kitchen, Irish Mafia. And Joe Vettorelli, who played Mush on Analyze This with De Niro, the guy with the jelly. He was in that.
I didn't like Analyze This, Analyze That. I thought they were shit movies.
It was too easy. The jokes were, I see where they went.
They were poorly written. It was one of those, we're going to make money off of the cast. We're not going to make money off the movie.
That's what people thought Sopranos was, because Sopranos came out at the same time. So when the pilot of Sopranos came out, it came out around the same time. People thought it was a comedy, like the mobster needs a psychiatrist. They didn't realize how fucking they did it, you know?
Sopranos had a good bunch of writers.
Yeah. That are still around. Terrence Winter.
And a good casting director.
Yeah.
Because they were all in their correct roles.
Sheila Jaffe.
Yeah. You're going to let me finish a fucking sentence before you jump in? This is insane.
And you know who saved that show? Like, not saved, but everyone, like, the driving force, the showrunner that was Tim Van Patten, the director. He directs Game of Thrones, and he's the son of the TV show.
How did he save the show?
Not saved, but he was the ongoing, for all those seasons, it
was the same showrunner?
He was the directed a lot of episodes and kept, the actor Dick Van Patten, the son, He was the father of Princess Vespa in Spaceballs. The king. That actor?
I don't like Spaceballs.
Okay.
I've never
You
watched
don't like
it.
Jews? What?
What?
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
kidding.
What? The
Mel
How
Brooks
did
is,
you go?
is amazing.
You know which movie I found hilarious as a kid? What was that dodgeball movie with the Vipers? You remember that movie?
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. Yeah, it was called Dodgeball.
You're talking
right?
about the Purple Cobras.
Yeah, the Purple
The global
Cobras.
like that
gym
movie.
Purple Cobras.
I like
How would
that
they do,
movie.
bro? How would they do?
Yeah. That was a good. By the way,
That was
Dodgeball.
a fun movie.
So go watch movies like that. Go watch Dodgeball,
Yeah.
Anchorman. Even now, if people, you know how they look at the past, like this is offensive. We can't do it. Even now, you look back at those movies, you're like, they won't be able to make them today. That's
Yeah.
how fucked up, how quickly time has changed with little shit that they find offensive.
Bro, what's that movie where...
But those movies were fun, bro.
Those movies were fun because it was all about comedy. It was all about let's make it funny. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And then now it's let's include everyone. Let's make sure that no joke hurts feelings. That's not the second you police a joke like that, you fence
Nobody
it in.
has an
It's no
opinion.
longer a joke
Yeah.
because the one goal of the joke should not be to make you question. It should be just to make you laugh. The second you go just to make you laugh, you're gonna have the best jokes. The second you're like, this joke should be not offensive. This joke should touch a lot of the current politics. This joke should make sure that white people are the
is
butt end of the
worst word
joke,
in the world.
you know, and that we put, I don't know, Inuits on top. Like, I don't know what the fuck your goal is.
Should.
It's not a joke anymore. Not a joke.
Remember in the 80s, there used to have to always be the gratuitous tits scene?
Yeah, it's like that. You just
Yeah.
do.
It's
You
like-
don't need that.
It's like the strippers back in the day. There was the 3-song rule. Song number 3, she comes out with the blanket and it's pussy song. You know?
But that's here. I think every
Yeah,
city
but-
has their own rules.
But
I don't know. Re-explain that
sorry.
rule. I don't get it.
I don't even know the what I was trying to, the point I was trying to make. We used to, the strip clubs
Okay.
back in
Yes,
the
you
80s
have
and
my
90s
attention.
had the strippers had 3-song rule.
Okay.
Anyways, they're gonna go. I'm gonna hold on. No, stop. I'm gonna mute him right now. I'm gonna go fast. Basically, here the strippers, the way they would do it is they go up 3 times before they go for private dances, and every time they take out a certain article. First they take out their top, or first sometimes they take out nothing. Then they take out the top. Then they take out it's an introduction like wrestling. Second one they take out everything else. They have and then the third one is when they show their pussy.
Okay.
So
Oh,
they
that
don't
was
show
it.
you all at once.
Oh, that's it.
Number 1.
I've completely muted you for a second just so you could calm down.
Song number 1.
Just so you could calm down. He's going again. He's still. We can't hear you. So. Well, I have to, bro. You're driving people crazy.
How many energy drinks did you have?
That's what they're asking. They go, how much coffee did this fucking guy drink? It's cocaine. It's cocaine. There we go. So, what were you saying, Poseidon, before he went fucking nuts?
What was I saying?
No, before the dances.
Before the strippers.
Codex is like, I muted him an hour too late.
I don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying?
It fucked with your head today. What did you want to talk about on the show before you
Today?
were fucking speared?
Oh, I wanted to talk about BlackKklansman.
Okay,
Also-
talk about the movie. I've seen Black. Have you seen
So
BlackKklansman?
I really like that movie.
Okay, it is good.
I really like that movie. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but I saw a lot of it mirrored a lot like today. I felt like a bit.
Okay, like racial tensions.
Yes.
Okay.
It felt like today. I loved it. It shows how both sides are fucking retarded. Also,
Like extreme racism,
yes,
black, white.
exactly, black and white, and it showed how the guy in the middle is trying to fix it, but both sides are just they're just like, it's the only 2 sides that are fucking, but everyone's kind of like stuck in the middle,
Yeah.
kind of thing,
Basically, they're stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they show equally both sides?
Yeah, they showed equally
Yeah,
both sides. They
yeah.
showed equally both sides. They showed, they showed equally both sides in the sense that, but you have to understand it because what they're showing is like when they're showing the white racists, like the Klansmen, they're showing how they talk about how black people are and how they treat them and what they've did, the bad stuff.
Yeah.
They've raped, they've done this.
Terrible
and
things.
They say terrible things, but obviously it's an envelope. It's a group envelope to
Yeah.
all these people.
Yeah.
But then when they go to the white girl doing the school stuff, they're saying the same thing. They go, white people are keeping us down. All the white people, they're the enemy. You can't be friends. They're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
But then when you see in the middle the team of cops, the white
Yeah.
and the black ones that
Yes,
get together,
working together,
you're
how-
like, wait a second, it's not like that. Not every black person's out to fucking kill you. Not every white
Exactly.
person's out to fucking kill you.
Exactly.
So they're trying to show you, guys, racism might be a little stupid.
Yeah.
They're trying to show you, but in
Yeah.
a very, very clever way.
Yeah.
He didn't win an Oscar
It was Spike Lee that did BlackKklansman. It was a fucking good
It was
movie,
a
bro.
very good movie.
Best original screenplay Oscar.
I'll let you back in.
Spike Lee won the best original screenplay Oscar.
And
just
Spike
like
Lee
Pulp Fiction.
and
That
Spike
same
Lee
month.
has done some shit things, but this was very good. It was a good movie. Plus, it was well cast.
Yeah.
The guy, my favorite actor from fucking Saturday Night Live, Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren, yeah.
He's
I really like him.
He
He's,
played a good role.
he's up
He
there
played-
in
he played
Saturday
it
Night
well.
Live with me, like John Hamm is, like John Goodman is,
He's
like Justin Timberlake. These
He-
are all
he
good
has-
hosts.
he has comedic
Garth
timing.
Brooks. He's my favorite new host of Saturday Night
But
Live.
the
That guy.
the black guy, the black detective, killed it. He
which
killed
actor?
his
yeah,
role
yeah.
too, bro. Amazing.
I've seen him in other stuff too. He's very good. Yeah.
The guy who just died.
No. The guy who just died was the Black Panther.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
no,
this
that
guy-
was Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, this guy. No, he's very good. He's very good.
Even like with his talking, like when he would talk to black people was different. When he would talk with the cops, it was different.
Well, that was the whole point,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and talking to the Klansmen was
Yeah.
completely
You ever
different.
seen the
Like, that
show
was
The
impressive.
Wire?
I've seen The Wire, yeah, but I never
Apparently,
finished all
people
the
were like
seasons.
addicted to it towards the end.
The Wire was a good. When I was watching, was a good series.
But they did it right.
Yeah, I have to rewatch it to see. But The Wire was, I think, in Baltimore. No, it took place. Yeah, it was good. It was gritty. I like those gritty shows. Like we went through a time, like HBO had a lot of shows like that, where they wouldn't. Again, the substance wouldn't be dictated by what society is able to handle. It was, this is the substance. This is what we're making. You like it or you don't like
The
it.
jail show there, the
Oz.
Oz was when it was early.
But now the way it is substance is dictated by what can society handle. Oh, right now it can't handle a
she
strong
looks bad,
male
you can't
lead.
do
It
that,
can't. It
yeah.
can't handle a strong
One
white
of the
guy.
girls has to
It
be
can't
fat.
handle.
She's a hero if she's fat.
Exactly. If we don't have any fat chicks in this, people are gonna hate it. Like crazy shit, which isn't true. No, dude, even you know, thinking about the other day. You know, people complain, like they complain even when they shouldn't. Like they complained about Gal Gadot being Wonder Woman. They said she should have been Arab, and then people had to come out and be like,
Wait, what?
Cleo-
Wonder Woman?
No,
She should've been
Cleopatra.
Arab? Oh, yeah,
Cleopatra's
okay.
like Cleopatra's not
Yeah, she's
Arab.
You know
She was
what?
Greek.
But she looks.
She looks perfect. No, but what I'm trying to say is that when I realize now people complain, like there's movies I just don't like, but I didn't complain. Like I realized,
Correct. You choose when.
yeah, but I realized The Rock played Hercules in one of the worst Hercules
Yeah.
movies ever.
And that was fine. And
In my head,
it didn't bother it.
I never thought,
even, Yeah.
why the fuck is a Samoan guy? I never. All I thought was.
never.
First, I was excited because I like The Rock, but then I was like, "Why is the movie so shit?" That's all I thought of. I never thought about that. And then somehow now in the conscious of people, it's you have the person, his parents better have been from why. If it's a perfect cast, what the fuck does it matter?
But I liked The Rock in that movie.
I didn't like the movie. It wasn't The Rock.
I didn't like the movie, but I liked The Rock.
Yeah,
in
I like The
movie.
Rock. The Rock's a good Hercules.
Exactly.
Dude, I
The
like
Rock's a
any
good fucking
any
Hercules.
good movie. Just
You know, fun fact about that movie. You know, there was a scene where I think he's destroying the pillars. Those
Yeah.
You know, I think he tried to do it in real life. Couldn't. It was like crazy.
Anthony Quinn, Mexican, played Zorba the Greek. Did it bother you?
No,
Exactly.
no, it's never been brought up. It's never been
Wait,
brought
what
up.
movie? What movie?
Zorba the Greek?
You never seen Zorba?
No.
No.
You know, you've seen it on YouTube, man.
Yeah, you've seen
Like
it.
you've seen the fucking song. Do you ever see?
He knows the
real-
song, but he's never seen the movie.
The part of the movie when
Yeah.
he does the
He,
Zorba.
he doesn't know. He doesn't know. I'm telling you, he's missed out
How
on a
did
lot
you
of
not
stuff.
want to see that growing
Look,
up?
when I was a kid,
Like, I'm curious
hold on.
about it.
Okay,
He
I'm
doesn't
gonna
know who
tell you.
Telly Savalas is. He doesn't
look.
know.
How do you
When I
not
was a
know
kid,
Kojak?
listen.
Who
to me.
loves
when
you,
I was
baby?
a kid,
Yeah,
listen.
he doesn't know.
When I was a kid, all I watched was basically Dragon Ball Z, cartoons,
And gay porn.
Gay
It's like
porn,
that shit.
Yeah.
Death Note, anime.
Death Note wasn't around when you were a kid.
Okay,
bro.
you were
Stop.
when I was a
into Jap
teenager.
anime.
So when I was a kid, there was Pokemon a lot. I loved playing.
Pokemon.
He watched like 6 shows.
I know Pikachu. That's all I know.
Basically, I played a lot of card games, Yu-Gi-Oh. I collected Pokemon cards. That was my world when I was a kid.
But
Also,
Dungeons and Dragons or Magic. What's the one? Magic.
no, not as
Yo,
a kid.
Olga's losing her shit in the chat. She's like, "Come on, man! Oh, Zorba the Greek, you haven't fucking watched."
No, but and what else? And then whenever I had more free time, as I was becoming a teenager, the only thing I played religiously was Warcraft.
His penis.
Okay, so it was a lot of video games.
A lot. Warcraft 3. I was obsessed with Warcraft
Who
3.
grew up like him? Patrick Hakim.
And
Patrick
World of
Hakim, his babysitter was video games and television. I bet you that there's similarities in his upbringing. Also, single mom.
Yeah, but but
bet you
Patrick's
it-
more cultured. He
Well,
knows a lot
because
more.
I'm saying different generationally. But Patrick,
yeah,
he's smarter.
yeah,
than
he's
us.
smarter than that.
No, I'm saying so video games. But you didn't care to watch.
No, he
You didn't. You didn't. That was
it
your
never
sponge. Your
interested.
sponge
Yeah,
was only filled with that.
yeah. It never. His sponge never. Because even when I
Soccer.
bring it up, he was never interested in anything. He just doesn't care.
Amazing. But you seem rounded. I'm not kidding. he's like curious to know and rounded in some ways, but in
Yeah.
other ways
Well,
you're
also
so
as a kid-
blind. I
Yeah,
can't
no,
believe it.
but
Well, now
also-
you're getting into my level of frustration.
Well,
Because
also-
well, here's the
sometimes he'll
thing.
be curious about something. Oh, that's interesting.
Like, how do you not know that?
And then I'll ask him something basic, just assuming he knows.
Yeah.
And then when he doesn't, he's like, "What the fuck?" Then I lose it. I'm
Well,
like, "This is
also-
impossible."
It's like
also as
not
a
knowing
kid-
that street.
Yeah,
How do
exactly.
you not know that?
Yeah.
Also, as a kid, I was very depressed. As a kid, I grew up very, very depressed.
Yeah,
from a
as
very
did
young age.
90% of children. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very depressed now.
Yeah. Go
So
on.
I kind of found what made me happy.
That's what we're saying. Yeah. This,
kinda
Well,
made
yeah,
he's not.
It's very human to do that.
Yeah.
We did it ourselves.
Yeah, he's just
say-
saying the stuff that made you happy. He's just amazed that you didn't look at what other people were doing and be curious about what was making them happy. And look like
It's
you
that.
never
It's like-
looked.
it's like
you
you
never looked
decided-
for. Basically, you're like the guy who had a house and you never looked beyond your front porch.
You're
it was
eating
that.
Like
Your
you were
favorite
unaware that you
sandwich?
had a neighborhood. There was neighbors. It's like a guy who's in his house and is not aware of what happens right in front of
But
his.
also because I was bullied a lot, I didn't have too many friends, and my only friend I had at the time was into the same stuff.
I
was into.
understand. I understand.
You know, animes.
So
like,
you
shit
were
like that.
you were only used to things you were comfortable with. Any weird other strange thing, like you like your hamburger. If there's something else there, you don't even care to see that because you know
Yeah,
it's not in your
basically.
thing. You know this is this. So you're
the
comfortable. in
hamburger
your shit.
analogy is the best one for him too,
Oh, why?
because it's you.
Have you ever had a Delalo burger?
A what now?
A Delalo burger. I'm gonna take you to Delalo.
Where's that?
The original one is near Atwater Market, but there's one on Jarry and Papino.
Do you want to go today?
We'll go right now. We're gonna have a Delalo burger. Delalo burger is an old school Italian burger joint that I think the accountant took it over from the family and franchise. Anyway, it's
By
you
the
know
way,
what
you
their
said
secret
burger
is.
and I got
Their
hungry.
secret is
shit.
their classic. Their Big
Say
Mac.
cock so you can get horny.
Their Big Mac. They put cabigol and they put roasted
Gabagool.
red pepper.
No, you gotta say like
That's their gimmick.
Hey, hey.
They put a gabagool.
No, you gotta say gabagool.
They put a gabagool.
You're gonna tell the Italian how to say it,
Yeah, of course.
or you can
No.
barely fucking be a Greek, right? You're gonna tell
Yasume leme michali.
lene, not leme.
Is in the Greece. When I picture Socrates, I picture the guy who played him in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
No,
You
that's
know,
When
you
I
know
picture
Michael,
Napoleon,
the
that's the
name-
Napoleon I picture. That guy.
it's. By the way, the new Bill and Ted is horrible.
I didn't watch it.
Don't.
I didn't even watch Creed 2, bro.
By the
There's
way-
something. But Rambo, I told you. Did you watch Rambo yet?
No.
How long have I been telling you?
I've been watching. The only thing I've been making time for is if people are curious. 2 shows. I've been watching Fargo. I'm on the latest season.
And I know that what's his name? Chris Rock is.
Yeah, he's one of the stars in this season.
Is it good?
I like Fargo, so yeah, for me it's good.
I love Fargo.
And also, there's a show. It's a horror show. You ever got into horror shows?
yeah.
It's called Nosferatu.
I know the story of the reason that Christopher Walken in fucking Batman Returns is called Max Payne or whatever is because Nosferatu, the actor, was.
Nothing to do with what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, forget everything I said.
No
I'm sorry.
relation to the.
I thought it was the actor.
the
Sorry.
the classic. It's a brand new show.
Okay.
So Nosferatu, and I really like it. It's the 2nd season I started watching yesterday. I really like Nosferatu.
Did you like What We Do in the Shadows?
I love What We Do in the Shadows.
Did
Makes me laugh a
you
lot.
check
was
out the
that
TV
show,
show because it's filmed in
American
Toronto?
Yeah, I
Horror
saw
Story.
How's the TV show? Is it funny?
The TV show made me laugh, man. The TV show had some good
that
fucking
movie is
moments.
the last time I laughed out loud at a movie, literally, where I uncontrollable.
So Aziz says, Pantelis, the fact that people are still staying on this fucking live show shows how amazing your fans are because they hate Guido and they're staying just out of principle.
That's loyalty.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, keep yelling in the fucking microphone.
I don't
yeah,
do it
yeah.
on purpose, bro.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'll leave. You want me to leave? I'll leave.
Bro, but why are you doing
No,
this?
just
But why are you
calm
doing
down.
this? Just calm down.
Obviously, I don't do it on
So
purpose.
just calm. I'm asking you to calm
Obviously, I
down.
can't control it. Oh,
But hold on, Greeds, you weren't like this last night.
Yeah.
Why are you like this right now?
Because I'm being like this right now. Is there a problem?
No,
Yeah, you
but-
just said there's a
yeah.
problem. You just addressed that there's a problem.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I won't do it.
You were super calm last night, bro.
Okay, I'm calm
We were
now. I'll
chilling.
be calm here.
Yeah. Dirty 4, your buddy Claudio Capri is asking you to calm down. Of all people, Claudio Capri.
Claudio was killed by Massimo in a movie.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
What?
Did that movie come out yet?
No, but it's actually winning some awards. Is that true, Claudio? That movie that we did.
How are film festivals now? It's just the critics watching, I guess. You can't buy tickets.
Where's silver and gold?
Yeah, Silver and Gold. If Silver and Gold was here, you would have been losing your
What's
shit.
it called? I think they're all drive-in. I know Bert Kreischer, somebody's doing drive-in shows. They're drive-in shows.
I don't like driving shows, but Bert Kreischer's also, I don't know if you remember, there was a show here, The Cabin he's doing. It was a French comedian that was doing it here. They sold the rights to Netflix.
Cool.
And Netflix, yeah, he made a lot of money.
What is The
and
Cabin?
It's basically he goes to a cabin and he brings comedian friends and they do stupid shit at a cabin.
I see. And
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I watched the first episode. It didn't hook me in. Even though I like Segura, it just didn't hook me in.
you know what I wonder? I would love the numbers of how has Orange Julep's numbers been in the last
You're welcome, Shellcat.
5-6
I
months?
think they've been fine.
No, I'm saying I bet you they tripled, they doubled.
Oh,
Which?
Because their whole gimmick, Orange Julep, their whole gimmick is a drive-in. So I bet you their numbers. I'm curious about their
yeah.
numbers.
over the summer for sure they made bank.
Wait, hold on. I have a question about Orange Julep. I've been there, but I never realized this. Is it a legit drive-in? I could order in my car and they'll bring it to me?
Yeah,
No.
like Happy Days.
I remember waiting in line.
But it used to be the roller
It
skate.
used to. I'm saying now.
I don't know if they have it or not.
No,
I
they don't.
They don't have it because that would be fucking smart
but-
though.
but
Sometimes
here's
in the
thing.
summer they have that.
That would be smart. That's what they should do all the time.
I remember
But see,
drinking their orange juice as a kid.
Yeah,
I'm liking
it's like
it.
Orange Julius, same.
But I
It's like-
tried it as an adult. I don't know. I couldn't get into it.
It's mixing like milk and citrus.
Yeah, it tasted kind of
There's an
salty.
egg.
Oh, I
There's
don't
an
like-
egg. There's an
I-
egg in it or something.
I've already said whoever likes the Orange Julep,
It's weird.
It's crazy.
It's egg and you can't if you mix orange juice with milk, it'll make curdled. It's taking that and you're drinking it.
It's what I assume a fat diabetic semen would taste like. It is disgusting.
A fat. You're right. It
Yeah.
probably would taste like that.
It's
It'd be milky.
yeah, it's
but also
disgusting.
sweet because
Sweet,
of
yeah.
all
Why
the
you've
sugar.
tasted other types of semen to know?
Oh, it's a good semen.
It was a
yeah.
shitty gay joke.
Yeah,
I
it was
know.
right in the.
I was hoping, and I left it there. I thought you'd come up with something good, and it was just
the semen, the same semen that were fishing at the Titanic.
what?
What did you just say?
The same semen.
So
that goes into
Acasthesia
that
says, all
fucking
jokes
cunt.
aside, they normally like you, even though sometimes you're too much. They go,
I
they
know,
normally like
I'm-
you. Just that today you become eccentrically neurotic.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I don't give a shit.
It's like I have two of you here now.
So I want to show you things that you should know.
Yes, you will. But
I have to
don't-
make you a list of things you should know, like things that are just common knowledge to every other human being.
You
You're
should
not
know a
bullied
good
anymore.
You should know a good chokehold.
There's just
I
some
know
things.
a few actually.
There's just
Test
some,
them out, buddy.
There's some things that you should know. In
Yeah,
daily
look, people have
You know, he asked
commented.
me yesterday. He goes, "Bro, you know who this Ron Bennington is?"
He didn't know who Ronnie B was.
Yeah.
I've been on his show.
But he knows him. Like I told him, you've been in the same room as him. He just didn't realize.
You have
he
been in
didn't-
the same. Oh no,
he
he's
didn't
never
put-
been in the same room as Ronnie B.
Okay, but maybe within 20 feet of him. What I'm saying is,
yeah.
if he saw him, he would put two and two together. It's that sometimes I wonder if the circuits are not working in his brain because he should know that.
So in New York, remember when you were in the streets waiting for us
When was this?
when we had to do radio spots?
I need a cigarette.
Oh yes, yes.
Okay, so one of those days you were waiting for us while we were on the Jim and Sam show,
Well, it was right outside that building. There.
right outside that building where you met that woman that was pregnant, the homeless woman.
Ah, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so that was day one, and then the next day,
Yeah.
or that was day two. Though that was day two, whichever one. The morning one was Jim and Sam, and then the afternoon time you were outside was we were doing the Ron Bennington show.
There you go. See, so that's how. What I'm trying to say is sometimes it's the circuitry that doesn't work with him. But
Yeah.
that's why. Why did he ask me yesterday? So
Wait, where did you hear about Ronnie B now randomly? And you asked him.
Oh no, because
I was talking about when he had an argument on Anthony's show because he was booked with the other guy.
Dude,
But he was such
Yeah,
a
'cause
pro that he plowed
'cause
through it
I was
because he
asking
knows
him-
he has tools. So
okay.
we were
I was
talking about
asking
that.
him about I had a bit of dead air yesterday on my show and stuff.
a
like
bit.
that.
He had a lot of dead air. Thank God I showed up.
I want it to be my fucking
So
alarm
I
clock.
kind of googled it. I kind of googled because I kind of googled it, and on the forums they were saying that Ron Bennington is very good at when. There's
Oh,
dead
yeah,
air.
he was a
yeah,
pro.
stuff like that. It's artisanal. Like he's
Plus,
like
he
an artist.
knows. Yeah, he's an
So-
artist. Plus, he knows when. I've been trying to teach him this on the morning show, but he hasn't caught on yet. When to go to plugs when the transition isn't short. The transition is like, okay, we're talking about this. We're moving on to this. When the transition that I know I'm going to go to is too vast. You know what I mean? It's not an easy transition. We'll go to plugs so people forget, and then we'll bring them into the new subject. Right? He still hasn't caught on when I'm going to
Right.
plugs, but he will. I think it's just
yeah,
take
it's-
training.
I'm trying
okay,
to
do
learn
you-
all
do
of
you-
this.
do you really
I
wanna learn?
I really want
Okay,
to learn all of
are
this.
you honest? You want to learn?
But he's
I
aware
will
of it.
send-
That's beautiful.
Okay, he's aware, but I'll send you a playlist. You're gonna listen to old bits, old sections, hours. Opie and Anthony, Ron and Fez.
Okay.
You're gonna listen to them do radio.
Okay.
Okay?
That's my homework.
That's your homework. First of all, Ronnie B, if you see how he busts balls You know, sometimes you get too offended on the show. You know this. I've told you,
course.
you freak out, and
Yeah, I
it doesn't
panic a bit. Yeah,
it doesn't make for good radio.
But I even panic when I'm about to say a joke, and I'm like, "Oh, is this gonna be too offensive?"
Okay, so once you listen to Ronnie B go after in a clever way, he doesn't, Fez, any of the staff there, callers, the jokes, the little stuff that he slips in. He does like what I do. You know, when I throw something in and you have to catch it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't, and then a minute later you tell me, "Oh fuck, I just got it."
Yeah.
He does that relentlessly. He knows exactly when
It's
to.
controlled, but it looks effortless.
He drops grenades, bam, 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 or mines rather. He's dropping landmines, and then you hit them, and it is amazing. He's very, very good. So from him, you're going to learn that. You're going to learn to just stay calm and control the room. It's your room. It's your podcast. Control it. You know. From Opie and Anthony, what you're going to realize is timing. A lot of timing, because Opie and Anthony work with they had great comedians on, and Anthony has amazing timing. Opie would direct the show a lot. So like I have to play the role of a lot of different people on the podcasts, but they had a specific role, okay? But you're going to learn from them timing, and you're going to learn how to make a joke that bombs, how to still make it work. Because for them, even something that would bomb,
When Johnny Carson bombed, it was funnier than when he did.
it would then make it funny about you when you bomb.
They would have
like
the car crash sound.
They would have the car crash. They would fuck around with it, like, okay, bomb, we're aware. Let's make it fun. Let's talk about it.
Self-aware.
When you bomb, you 100% lose all your confidence. You bomb, you're like,
Remember when I said you have
deflate.
to call the elephant to the
Yes,
room?
Yeah.
yes,
You
I've
have to
noticed.
talk about
I
it. Oh,
noticed
my-
that
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah, I'm telling you,
his
yeah.
I
stomach
know.
hurt.
I
Look,
noticed this yesterday. That's
He said his stomach hurt. I said, say your stomach hurt.
Exactly. Say your
Talk
stomach,
about it.
talk about
Yeah.
it. So I didn't do this on purpose. It's just all those years of listening to good radio, like these guys, Ron and Fez. Then I started, like, now I'll notice
You were
stuff that I
listening to
do.
music that went oops, oops,
Like
oops
what he does
instead.
there, that's horrible for for the amount of talk radio he's heard. The fact that in the middle of your sentence he will start his repeatedly,
Yeah, no, that's
is
just
crazy to me.
that's Guido interruption assholeness, not my respect.
He's
hold on,
probably
because now-
listened.
but-
Okay,
Yeah.
I've listened to a lot of
Yeah.
the
Yeah. I probably listened.
He's probably listened
even more.
and this is not even an exaggeration. There's a chance he's listened to 10,000 times more hours than I have. Okay. So just what you pick up. So I picked that up subconsciously. I didn't know. I only noticed recently when I'll listen to old shows, I'll be like, oh fuck, that's where I get that from. That's where the transition or how I'll do the plugs. I'll do it differently than how just because, that's what I know. I can only do what you know. I just learned from them, so I'm doing it this way.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, you listen to them, you're gonna see so many things that you do wrong or that I do wrong that you're like, oh fuck, I want to do it like
send
that.
me everything.
I'll send you everything, dude.
Yeah, the
everything.
fact that you have to
Hold on.
notice how to see what's wrong.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's the thing.
So that's
Some-
the thing. Sometimes you can't tell. Like yesterday.
Well, I can tell most of the time, actually.
Yesterday, I called him out on it repeatedly, relentlessly, because I was like, "This is your show."
He was here watching himself
Yeah.
Yeah.
rather than being in the moment.
Well, also he came in unprepared.
Right.
Thank God I showed
That's-
up and I fucked up his stream and it made people laugh because he went completely unprepared. He had like 5 stories that he has an hour to fill, but those 5 stories took about 8 minutes of time, the way he went through them. So I told him, well, number one, if you want to ever depend on stories, don't go with as many stories as you think you'll need. If you see that 10 stories aren't enough, go with 30 and only talk about 15. Go over prepared
Right.
instead of
Always
under prepared.
better.
Yeah.
And don't be scared to just talk. So your biggest thing was it's a radio show, the podcast, and you were scared to talk.
Yeah.
You were scared to, like me, when I do my solo, the bonus episodes when no one's here, I talk for a half hour.
Yeah.
Because you were maybe judging yourself.
My
I don't know.
day, it doesn't matter.
You know what you're doing. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm going to say, Ron Bennington, the best there ever was at it. Everything about him, his voice, the cadence, the way he drops his
And
jokes.
he drives the show. He'll change the subject. He'll fucking skate circles around you.
The best. Honestly,
Yeah.
you call anyone you want. You call Opie and Anthony, Howard Stern,
They all
whatever.
respect him.
They all respect him. He is the guy.
Jim Norton, to be kind of on the same
I
subject.
saw Jim Norton on Nosferatu, by the way. He has a role.
cool.
He's a cop that gets murdered and robbed.
So you're gonna send me everything?
Yes, of
That's
course.
that's gonna be
No,
my
I'll send you
homework.
links, but you could even just Google on your phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ron and
But-
Fez. There's hours, dude. Hundreds of hours online.
Ron and
Free.
Fez used to do wrestling
Whoa.
stuff too, but
Yeah.
Jim Norton, he came back on Monday. Over the weekend, it was one of those where he flew to LA to do a spot on the Tonight Show. This is Jay Leno Tonight, fucking early 2000, mid 2000. And Jim Norton was the comedian on the Tonight Show when this new kid Justin Bieber was on.
Okay.
So now it's fucking the Beatles. Everyone's all teen girls just screaming Justin Bieber, YouTube sensation is there. And now after that, the only fucking person they give a shit about is Justin Bieber. After that, Jay Leno goes, we'll be right back with this comedian, Jim Norton. Jim Norton now has to go on then. And he said, only my years of experience and my tools of knowing what to do was all I had to save me in that.
That's actually, that's a pretty good story.
Okay? He said exactly that. So that's what you need. Because how
And by the way, Big Joe,
and
no,
that's true fact of Jim Norton. He says only
He's not a regular.
my going to the comedy, going and just doing it would have prepared me for that. Because anybody else would have died.
Also, Jim Norton, when Jim Norton started doing the radio show with him, he's another person you should look at because
he started here and almost did it as much as his bits would be from here to there.
But the thing is, when he started as like an extra, let's say, like just to help out the show, a third mic, he didn't have the radio experience.
No.
And he turned into
Right.
a fucking good broadcast, a fucking great broadcaster on series. Like he could drive the show now. Like but that's, you could see that and you could go, if he could evolve from that, you know what I mean?
Sam Roberts. He was
But Sam, it's different because he was super interested in that fucking world. He was obsessed. He was the intern. He wanted that.
Got it.
Poseidon didn't know anything about talk radio podcasts. I basically forced him into it.
I got you.
Yeah.
This is a different thing. But I'll send you a lot of all that to say, Poseidon. It's time for you to plug the next shows that we're going to be doing. Are you down for that, Poseidon? Can you do it? Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
All right. Let's go.
All right. So tomorrow, we got 2 Drink Minimum,
What time?
hosted by the legendary Mike Ward and the upcoming comedy star.
Oh my
Pantelis.
God. Okay, it's done. First of all, the second you said upcoming.
Not even up and coming.
Not even up and coming. And I'm not up and coming either, Poseidon. You didn't just discover me, you fucking idiot.
that's true. I'm
My
sorry.
manager that just discovered me. Jesus Christ. Tomorrow night,
8 p.m.
8 p.m. on the YouTubes.
Barry Katz.
YouTube. What? Barry Katz? Yeah, on the YouTubes. YouTube.com/2drinkminimum. The 2 Drink Minimum channel will be live. Myself, Mike Ward, this fucking ostrich-looking motherfucker right here hiding his goddamn head right now.
I don't know what an ostrich
And I'll
is.
be
that
in
is
bed
very
all
strange.
day, just worried about.
Actually,
Me embarrassing
you're gonna
myself
find
now.
your time. You're gonna find time in the middle of the day to come out here and do a podcast. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's finish the plugs. Head over to Patreon. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Sign up there, become a patron. You get to win prizes. We're giving out more shirts. I just selected a couple of winners over the weekend. I'm going to select at least 2 more before this month has ended. We're going to ship those out at the beginning of November. Poseidon is lovely at doing that. So head over to Patreon.com. The Halloween Spookfest is ongoing for the rest of the month. We got 2 more Spookfest shows coming up every Friday, 9 p.m.
What
of
are
this
you
month.
watching? What movie?
Horror movies. We haven't decided what it's going to be this week. I got to find a classic horror movie that he's unaware of, because that's what drives it really, is this guy being surprised, you know? So Halloween Spookfest every Friday night at 9, and I think we might continue this tradition and in November do regular movies, and then all of December do Christmas movies. Since we're in
November do
quarantine.
war movies.
Also got another
Maybe.
idea.
That makes sense.
Remember,
Memorial Day, yeah.
Also got another idea, but I'll tell
Hold
you
on,
after.
Poseidon. So we got that happening. There's going to be Pantelis podcast episodes coming out this week. Actually, if you are not subscribed to Patreon, tonight at 11:30 p.m., you get the latest episode of the Pantelis podcast that patrons already have. We had Orange Spiro, Jason Salin. They have the podcast, The Friendship Hour. They were
Do
on
you
here.
sleep?
Very good dudes. Do I sleep?
You sleep?
I work hard for the people that are paying money, sir. All right? We got that. We also got the morning show twice a week now. Every Wednesday morning and Friday morning, 10 a.m. Myself, Phil. This guy's producing it. By this guy, I mean Poseidon. So we got that stuff coming up this week as well. There's some surprise French cast that I'm working on booking. I want to surprise people with them, but I think they're going to be good. Guido Grasso's The Intellectuals will start soon. As long as these guys book a date, I'll produce their show. We'll have that on the Patreon as well.
What are we gonna talk about? I can't talk. I won't talk.
Guido Grasso
do you
Jr.
mean? All
on
you've been doing
Instagram. The Poseidon69, Twitter and Instagram. Anything I forgot for you two dudes?
Still off social media, but I'm on. I'm on.
You don't have to follow me. Follow me or him.
Yeah,
If he's
follow
doing
him.
anything, I'll fucking share it.
I interrupt
That's it.
on social media too. So
And also, all you did today was talk. What do you mean?
I don't like
He's like,
talking.
I don't like how to
I'm
talk.
shy. I'm shy.
Anyways, thank you guys for listening, and go fuck yourselves.
Yes or no?
Ciao, ciao.